Namaste and greetings. I, Nikita Bhardwaj, researcher at IMPRI, Impact and Policy Research Institute, Prabhav एवं नीति अनुसंधान संस्थान नई दिल्ली, extend my warmest welcome to you all to IMPRI #Web Policy Learning. Today, day 17 of Law and Public Policy Youth Fellowship marks the second day of the Law and Public Policy Action Research Fieldwork Certificate Training Program, an online national monsoon school program, a 1-month online immersive action research fieldwork certificate training program. This program is organized by IMPRI, Impact and Policy Research Institute, New Delhi. The chair for the program is Professor Vibhuti Patel, visiting distinguished professor at IMPRI, and the fellowship lead advisor and expert legal hands-on sessions is Advocate Dr. Shalu Nigam, visiting senior fellow IMPRI. The distinguished experts include Sri Sandeep Chachra, Professor Vibhuti Patel, Advocate Dr. Shalu Nigam, Advocate Dr. Vaida Nainar, Professor Mukul Ashar, Professor Uday Shankar, Sri Udit Mishra, Dr. Nivedita P. Haran, Sri Bhartendra Singh Baswan, Dr. Purnima Chauhan, Dr. Advocate Dr. Albertina Almeida, Dr. Gladstone Xavier, Professor Aruna Roy, Advocate Audrey de Mello, Dr. Kaustubh K. Bandyopadhyay, Advocate Mrinalini Deshmukh, Professor Sharmila Ghoge, Advocate Flavia Agnes, Dr. Rashmi Singh, Mr. Debaditya Sinha, Professor Swaran Singh, Advocate Lara Jisani, Professor Anil K. Gupta, Justice Ajit K. Singh, Mr. Himanshu Shekhar, Dr. Amar Jisani, Dr. Soumyadeep Chattopadhyay, Mr. Bilal Khan, Sri Rajiv Ranjan Singh, Sri Tikender Singh Panwar, Sri Sailesh Gandhi, Dr. Simi Mehta, Advocate Abdul Hafiz Gandhi, Professor Amita Singh, Dr. Ajay Gudavarti, Sri Amit Dubey, Professor Sanghamitra Acharya, Dr. Y. Suresh Reddy, Advocate Sanchita N., and Sri Surendranath Tripathi. The conveners for this course are Dr. Simi Mehta, CEO and Editorial Director at IMPRI, Advocate Dr. Shalu Nigam, Visiting Senior Fellow IMPRI, and Dr. Arjun Kumar, Director at IMPRI. I welcome you all to this enlightening deliberation and thank you for putting your time, energy, and efforts into truly understanding the vital role and complex intricacies of legal and public policy frameworks. This course would equip the participants with the skills and knowledge required to conduct meaningful action research. Participants will immerse themselves in the intricacies of literature review, honing their skills and engaging in valuable discussions with esteemed experts in the field. We have also shared the course outline and reading resources document in your email for your kind perusal. We will be providing videos of each session for flexible learning at your pace and place. Before we start today's session, I would like to announce the housekeeping rules. It is imperative that you join the meeting on time. There will be a Q&A session after each presentation. Share your questions in the Q&A box and not in the chat box. The questions must not be posted as an anonymous attendee. Ensure that your questions are precise. Refrain from making general comments in the question to save time. Our session for day 2 includes the topics of Fieldwork Method Meeting Interaction by IMPRI Research Team and Interactive Discussion Session 5 by Advocate Dr. Shalu Nigam. To start the session, I would like to invite Professor Vibhuti Patel for her opening chair remarks.
Yeah. Thank you, Shweta, for thank you, Nikita, for this invitation. I think yes, we started discussing participatory action research and action research day before yesterday, where the orientation was given to the aims, objectives, goals, and missions of the participatory action research. And yesterday we went into much detail that how participatory research methodologies they are important for consciousness raising and for the various methods can be used in terms of focus group, qualitative and quantitative techniques about which Professor Soumyadeep Chattopadhyay, he enlightened us in great detail how to decide the sample, what should be the method of data processing and data collection, data processing, data analysis, report writing. And Dr. Amar Jisani, he highlighted the ethical standards, and some of the important dimensions he dealt with was about the how you decide where to draw a line when it comes to dealing with the research question, research theme, how to conduct the research processes of research. And he said that policy and research, when they are closely linked, in that also ethical conduct is most important thing, because you are dealing with the living objects or living human beings. Informed consent, privacy, absolute confidentiality are very important, and every research institution need to have independent review by the Research Ethics Committee. That also we talk when it comes to medical science, and you go by the Indian Council of Medical Research, this thing, and UGC has also come up with the detailed guideline of the social science research. So after that, I think what is important, we went into the discussion on choice of the theme and what important methods, review of literature, gap analysis, and how to adhere to the key principles of action research. We discussed that it is a bottom-up approach. Second one is that through the process of research also, we empower the community and all stakeholders. We need to have facilitated dialogue. So the very democratic dialogical approach has to be adopted. And there are traditional methods, as Dr. Soumyadeep Chattopadhyay showed us about the quantitative data collection, survey method, questionnaire, the closed questionnaire. And then in qualitative research and grounded research, we have a open-ended research. And there are so many innovative methods that have also come up in the participatory action research. If you have seen during the pandemic, all the rapid assessment surveys were made, or that other very good report, I think, which all of you can download. It is the Walking with the Migrants, where the researchers were walking with the migrants, not only just to extract information, but they were also involved in supporting them. They had carried in the vehicle, they had carried water bottles and milk for the children, and food packets, and umbrellas and sleepers. And while they were walking with the migrants, experiencing the kind of difficulties they had. And second one, whenever they were resting at that time, they discussed about their problems and back home and all the issues that related to migrant problems of migration, reverse migration, and circular migration. So these are some innovative things, like combination of written, oral, and visual communication, because so many videos, small videos were made of how the reverse migration was taking place. Implementation and documentation of the whole processes, because that's what Dr. Arjun Kumar also told us, that whatever the way you do field work, please document your field notes. Field notes tell us so many important areas which may not be there in your final report, but those details and the nuances are very important. Theater and visual imagery, collectively writing the songs, cartoons, community meetings, community self-portrait, videotapes, all of them become very important. In participatory research, you can have a descriptive account of you can have an analytical rigor account. Yesterday, the last presentation, she has gone to a detailed readings of current debates on some of the important issues. So this participatory approaches, they have also been used in monitoring and evaluation of development. That also we will come to it later on. But I think this is, in a nutshell, this is what we have deliberated upon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next up, we have a research team who will be taking up the session on the topic fieldwork method meeting interaction.
We can start with Shalu, ma'am, your remarks, and then we'll start having questions. I request participants to raise their hands or put in their questions or any queries in Q&A or chat box meanwhile. Right, Nikita, we coordinate accordingly.
Yes, sir.
Shalu, ma'am, over to you.
Can I share my screen, because I have just in the morning I just put down some of the points.
Why not? Yes.
Visible, sir?
Visible, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
so this is what I have taken from the course guideline, which is being sent to all the participants. So this is about since yesterday's discussion, we thought that at least once we will go through these guidelines. So about the research methodology, this is on page 11 or something like that. So you can just check. You can go through that. So it talks about qualitative research and how we have to talk about reasons, opinions, motivation of individuals, and analysis of non-numerical data. Ethics we have discussed yesterday, and how to choose topic. Now it says that a preliminary literature review for policy-related topic to service delivery will be required by the participants to be done. Participants can choose any policy or law-related issue. For example, law pertaining to prevention of violence against women, child labor, old age pensions, environmental laws, and topic from international, national, local human rights laws and policies. And you have to pick up a specific location. And important thing is that since we have very less of time, within a month, we have to, complete this project. So, and if you keep last week for report writing, so we have, only just 3-4, very few days left for doing research. So what I thought of is that we can have SMART goals for determining our research objectives and research questions. For SMART meaning like, the approach which is like, your goal, your research objective should be specific and simple. It should be measurable. It should be achievable and attainable. It should be realist as well as relevant, and it should be time bound. So, for example, if instead of talking about urban governance, I may take the issue of water logging in say in Gurgaon, it's Millennium City. They call it Millennium City. They call it Smart City. But if I talk about water logging, so it's like very immediate kind of issue, which is around me, and so the stakeholders could be residents welfare association, it could be commuters, it could be corporate offices and shop owners where water has login, it could be administration staff, it could be municipal authority offices. So I can take all these stakeholders as my respondents. Or yesterday someone was talking about awareness about law relating to violence against women. So I could select any district, village, municipality, or college, and I could talk to girls in the age group, particular age group, and stakeholders could be student, teachers, parent, administrators, local office, NGOs, district legal service authorities, or state women's commission. Another thing yesterday which was raised was somebody who wants to do research on say free rides in the buses for women. So these schemes are right now being followed in Delhi and Karnataka. So anybody located in Delhi or Bangalore, they could take up this issue. And instead of, we could find out about impact of the scheme, its effectiveness or opinion of the stakeholders. And these stakeholders could be users, could be beneficiaries, it could be men and women, it could be metro officials, it could be government authorities, or it could be NGOs. So I have to restrict my, my topic and my stakeholders, which can be, I can easily do within, 10-15 days. So this is again, I'm going back to the research, guideline document, which is there in your emails. So it says about stakeholder mapping, and it says that qualitative field research such as interview, key informant, interviews could be done, focus group discussions and consultations using semi-structured interviews could be done. And it lists down the various stakeholders like government departments and professionals and beneficiaries. It could be civil societies, and it could be individuals or citizens. The example which is being given in your document is this example of curbing plastic pollution in a city with special reference to urban commons and monsoon seasons. So this is the motivation, the way, why you choose this topic, and the which locality like this research is focused in Mumbai, Sector 3. So, this is the way you can take up the topic. The objectives you have to write. So these objectives are very, measurable and fit into the Earth SMART goals. So you can have these kind of objectives, hypothesis, and methodology. So I'll not go through them. You can read them. And it says that the kind of it works on case studies, and it takes 15 to 20 stakeholders into account, which include local residents, community leaders, municipal authorities, representatives from local business and market. So, this way you can take your sampling. So this week we have, if we have to finish this research project within a month, so we have to, follow week-wise objects. So we can, this week, we can talk about research guidelines, identifying and mapping. You can read the research guidelines for today, and then you can identify and map your topics as per the SMART approach. You can do the literature review. You can formulate your research objectives and research questions, and you map your stakeholders. So, within 4-5 days, if you can achieve this task, it's wonderful. And next week, we can talk about tools, collecting data, analysis, and report writing. So that way we have to, finish this task within a month. So this is what I have to say. I'll stop sharing, and then we can take up the questions and other things. So any questions we have?
There aren't any questions as of now.
Okay.
If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll unmute you.
We can discuss remaining proposals. No, yesterday we could discuss only 6 or 7. So others, if they can come forward.
I have also written about it. So why don't we start? Vivek.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Dinda. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I would
Yes.
like to discuss my proposal topics. Is it okay?
Yes.
So I have find out 2 topics. One is the challenges of female bus conductors. I would like to specifically look at the wash facilities available, because we had a scenario where a female conductor had was on menstruation, and due to the lack of facilities within the duty time, she could not change and her dress also got stained, and there was a huge news on that. So that is one thing which I would like to look at. Second thing is, second proposal is the knowledge and awareness among teaching faculty about LGBTQ community. These are the 2 areas which I found out, and I would like to get your suggestions.
Thank you, Dinta. One is, first of all, your first topic, also very important, but generally we don't use term female. Female is a biological term. We should use social term, which is a women conductors. We call them women conductors in social sciences. The old fashioned, this thing in the census and all, they still use NSS, so they use male, female, but in social science, we use women conductor. That is one thing. It is a very important topic, because now so many state governments have started recruiting women conductors. In Maharashtra also, they have demanded, women conductors have demanded separate toilet for women in important places, bus stops and public places and all. In Andhra and Karnataka also now they have recruited that. So it is a relevant demand, and I think that can be taken up, and it should be linked with so many other issues, of reproductive health, because some women conduct, it's not only menstruation, but even for normal urination also. Why shouldn't women have proper this thing with running water? Because that's the demand. It should be with running water. And number 3, that even some of them may be pregnant. Some of them may be working in a late pregnancy. Some of them may be having a small babies, at home.
Yes.
So whatever applies to the statutory sector, that means 6% of women who are privileged enough to get all the protection of protective labor laws, I think that should be applicable to women conductors, whether they are in the private buses, because now, because of the POCSO Act, many private companies have also started recruiting women drivers as well as conductor. In Bombay, like many college schools have started training program for women to become a bus driver, and bus conductors came immediately after POCSO Act 2012. So many of them. So I think this facility is very, very important when they go, and plus some of them also travel long distance, those who are in the state transport. So they have to even overnight somewhere they have to take halt. So the way air hostesses or locomotive drivers, all of them have the restroom, no? So there should be restroom also for them. So there is not only toilet, but also they can change, they can wash if they are away from home for 12, 15, 16 hours, because long distance trains, buses, where they have to be out for a long. So even demand for a restroom is very available, and also right to sit, because so many of them are not even allowed to sit. They have to continuously stand if they are conductors and all. So there was a movement in Tamil Nadu and Kerala about right to sit by other like shopkeepers, women in the sales girls and all. But I think basic social security, social protection, that needs to be there, and also cluster approach. No, they don't recruit one or two, recruit them in groups. So there is a community of women conductors and women drivers, so they can get democratic space to air their problems, to negotiate their problems with the higher authorities, and they don't feel isolated, like the way if there are stains on your dress, there would be someone to empathize with you rather than ridicule you or laugh at you. No, so
Yes.
creating a community. But very good topic, yours. And the second one which you suggested is?
Awareness among teaching faculty, university teaching faculties about LGBTQIA. Like, I feel because I feel most of the awareness programs are targeted to the students. Very few programs are targeted for faculty.
Yeah.
So faculties, there is already a lack of deficit. That is what I felt. So that is one thing. But I'm more interested for the first one.
Yeah, because in this also, the teachers are organizers. They are the ones who organize this program. It is through WDC, no? Women Development Cell, they organize it. But teachers have to go through the operational dimension, no? How to fight for the admission. Recently, like KES College, they gave first admission to it is the first admission of a transgender student, no? So in the admission process, in the form which you made, where you have only he and she, then you should also have a third gender. So all these matters, they have to be proactive, or fighting for the separate toilet for transgender students who want, if they want, or giving them hostel admission. This thing, if they come from a totally what you call harsh background, so you need more hand holding. So teachers' role would be at that level. Only awareness is not in awareness, and what action they will do. How would they translate this awareness into their action in the day-to-day existential reality of their interaction with the transgender persons? But both the topics are good. First one is very important. There are hardly any studies. There are no studies. While on LGBTQIA, there have been studies, and the organizations also. Yeah.
And the stakeholders could also include, like in the first study, like, you can interview, some of the women's conductors and drivers, and what kind of facilities which exist right now, and if there is some kind of policies which are there, and if you can talk to Women's Commission and other kind of stakeholders, and it's a very nice topic.
Yeah. And also officers, officers in the transport sector, Ministry of Transport, and also officers who in the state transport company, private transport company, or some of the this thing, like the way they are Truck Drivers Association. So many new reforms have come up about truck drivers after several studies were done on the long distance traveling. So Mahindra has taken it up as a CSR activity, a corporate social responsibility, for the welfare of truck drivers, their families, and with special focus on their daughters.
Okay,
but which location will you do, Dintaji?
Yes, I would like to do the study in my town, Calicut. But my question is, we have one big depot over here, and there are sub depots. So when I do the study, it will be from all the depots, main and as well as the sub depots. I should get people.
Try doing it telephonically.
Okay.
The transport, I will try to connect with some people in Kerala. Okay.
Okay,
Then
okay.
free.
So you will focus on only KSRTC or private?
Yes, yes.
Only
Private,
KSRTC.
we have very less number. KSRTC have lot of women workers now.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, few names we will suggest. We have a
Okay,
lot
sir.
of
Thank you.
faculties also there. ठीक है. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Shall we move to next?
Yes.
Do a thorough literature review, Dintaji, first. You'll find if
Pardon, sir?
do a comprehensive literature review. While you will do a literature review, you'll also find many news reports and others. So you will find names of many journalists also whom you can take
Uh-huh.
as professional for. You will find many
Okay.
names.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even this very scientifically done research is also done. For example, in Maharashtra UNDP and MSRTC, Maharashtra State Road Transport Corporation, and a women's organization called Masum, they have done the study. I think if it is possible, I can just share the PDF with you here only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, we can take the.
Yeah.
We can move on to next one.
Yeah.
I would like to go next. Vivek Jawala ji, you had some questions.
Yes. Am I audible? Am I
Yeah.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Yes.
So, as far as topic,
Hello.
yeah,
Vivek, not able to hear you. एक बार आप अपना माइक चेक कर लेंगे.
hello, sir. Now, am I
Yeah.
audible?
Now, yes.
Okay, sir. So, particularly as far as the study is concerned, I am interested in the area like child labor and their rights after COVID-19. So, as far as the topic is concerned, I want certain guidelines how to conduct that work.
और विवेक जी, आप कहाँ करना का सोच रहे हैं? Which location?
Nashik, Maharashtra.
Nashik, Maharashtra. Okay, so are there any specific industry you have identified? जैसे कि bricklayer होते हैं ना?
Sir, I am Nashik, Maharashtra. Yeah. There are two industrial areas. Firstly, Ambad and Satpur area. These are the two industrial areas in Nashik city. So that's why it is possible to me that to visit those industry and to check where there how many child workers, child laborers are working there, and what is the impact of COVID-19 there. So as far as the reduction of child labor is concerned, or whether it is increased. So as far as that study is concerned, I may able to visit those industries. So accordingly, hello sir, hello.
We can hear you, yeah.
Yes sir, that topic is a proper topic and suitable here sir into this framework.
अब स्टेक होल्डर्स आपके क्लियर हैं, अपने एरिया इंडस्ट्री आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया अपने लोकेशन में, दैट्स गुड. लेकिन आई विल से टारगेट काफी ज्यादा बड़ा हो रहा है विवेक जी, कि आप उसको ये इतने सारे चीज पता लगाएंगे. अगर आप उसके रीजंस को या उस फेनोमेना को अगर रीड करें ना, कि वहां के बच्चे क्यों जा रहे हैं और कोविड में उसका क्या प्रभाव हुआ, मतलब थोड़ा और सिंपल कर लेंगे ना, थोड़ा क्वालिटेटिव चीजें निकाल लें, क्योंकि क्वालिटेटिव में आपको बहुत दूसरे डेटा की जरूरत पड़ेगी. नासिक है, विभूति में आपका ऐड मोर.
So sample, what will be the minimum size of sample, sir? I have to visit and collect data from that sample respondents. Minimum size, sir, what will be there?
मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि आप ना 3-4-5 स्टेक होल्डर्स फॉर योर केस, आप देखिए, एक तो स्टेक होल्डर जो भी है चाइल्ड लेबर, उनके एक पेरेंट्स हो गए, दूसरे एम्प्लॉयर्स हो गए, तीसरे वहाँ के एक्टिविस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हो गए, और चौथा लेटर से गवर्नमेंट के फंक्शनरी हो गए. आप ऐसे 4-5 प्रकार के स्टेक होल्डर के कुछ लोगों से स्पेसिफिक अगर सवाल पूछेंगे तो बात बनेगी. जरूरी नहीं है कि सब में अगर आप 3-4-5 पेरेंट्स से बात कर ले, बात ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट के 2-3 लोगों से बात कर लीजिए। तो आपके पास वैरायटी ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सेज आ जाएंगे, लेकिन अब एग्जैक्टली किस फिनोमेना को आप देखेंगे उस पे अगर आप ज्यादा फोकस करेंगे तो काम भी आसान होगा और कुछ इंसाइट्स भी आएगा, क्योंकि आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव और पैशन मैं समझ रहा हूँ कि आप उसको दिखाना चाह रहे हैं, बट टाइम इज शॉर्ट और उतने रिसोर्सेज भी नहीं है सबके पास ना कि ज्यादा चीजें डिप्लॉय करे गिवन लेस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम। विभूति मैम, वुड यू लाइक टू ऐड? विवेक जी से मैं आपको कनेक्ट भी करा दूंगा। विवेक जी विभूति मैम से, मैम इज बेस्ड महाराष्ट्र, वो आपको अच्छे से गाइड कर देंगे, मैम का एक्सपर्टीज भी है।
हाँ
जी हाँ।
बराबर। नहीं, पहले तो उनका फैमिली प्रोफाइल आप बनाएंगे, कैसे सोशियो इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड से आते हैं। ज्यादातर वहाँ ट्राइबल चाइल्ड लेबर ज्यादा है, वो देखते हैं। और ये चाइल्ड लेबर स्कूल में भी कई जाते हैं, उसका इम्पैक्ट उनके स्कूल अटेंडेंस में कितना है। एब्सेंटिज्म, मेजर रीजन एब्सेंटिज्म के, वो लेबर के लिए जाएंगे उस दिन स्कूल में नहीं आते हैं। और डेली वेज का वहाँ बहुत ज्यादा है ना, दिन में 80 रुपीज या ऐसा कुछ बच्चों को मिलता है। तो फिर वो जैसे बच्चे आ गए तो नजदीक की जगह जाके फिल्म देखने का और दूसरे दिन स्कूल में नहीं आने का। तो ये सभी एरियाज में हम देखते हैं कि एब्सेंटिज्म अमंग बॉयज इज मच हायर। तो आप जेंडर का भी देख सकते हैं, वो फीमेल चाइल्ड लेबर और एक गर्ल चाइल्ड लेबर एंड बॉय चाइल्ड लेबर, उसमें कौन से काम करते हैं, पैटर्न ऑफ वर्क विच दे आर डूइंग, एग्रीकल्चर एंड नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल वर्क दैट दे आर डूइंग, एंड उनमें कितना वेजेस मिलता है, उनकी सोशल सिक्योरिटी क्या है, बच्चों के नाम पे अकाउंट है या नहीं। कई कई जगह में एनजीओस की वजह से बच्चों के नाम पे अकाउंट भी निकाला गया है, तो ये है या नहीं आप जहाँ स्टडी करते हैं। तो वो सभी एस्पेक्ट को डाल के आप एक ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चनर बनाएंगे तो अच्छा होगा, क्योंकि क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च करना है। और जो डिटेल में आप ये कर सकते हैं, एक ही जगह पे करेंगे, और दोनों एग्रीकल्चर और नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल वर्क के बारे में। तो 30 से 50 इंटरव्यूज आपने किए, और उसमें से अलग अलग प्रकार के 3 या 4 इन डेप्थ के स्टडीज किए, तो अच्छे से हो जाएगा आपका। 10 दिन में आप इतना तो फील्ड वर्क कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपको ज्यादा ट्रैवल नहीं करना पड़ेगा, लोकेशन एक होगा।
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Hello, good afternoon. I am Vijay Lakshmi here from MP. Actually, I am more interested on national nutrition policy. In MP, that is specifically state nutrition policies here, and SAM children rate is continuously increasing. So my concern is towards the initiation of breastfeeding, and what are the challenges faced in the institutional level and in the community level. So can we go ahead for that? Hello.
यस विजय लक्ष्मी जी, आप किस लोकेशन पे करेंगे?
Actually, yeah, MP, Antara Foundation actually specifically working in 8 districts of MP, mainly in maternal and child nutrition. So we have our nurse mentors also and community people. So I have regularly visited community and also our facilities. So I found many challenges in terms of initiation of breastfeeding at the facility level and also in the community level. So to support the nutrition policy, I wanted to do in this area actually.
तो मतलब स्पेसिफिक कोई लोकेशन आपने सोचा है? 8 डिस्ट्रिक्ट तो हो गए आपके, लेकिन कोई स्पेसिफिक डिस्ट्रिक्ट चूज करेंगे?
Badwani. It is aspirational district and on the way delivery rate is very high here. So that's why I wanted to do.
ये तो अच्छा है। विभूति मैम कैन ऐड मोर?
Yes.
Yeah, I know Vibhuti ma'am because I have attended many programs in Gujarat also during like in Baroda and also gender related workshop. So
yes, Vijay Lakshmi ji, you can do it. So are you going to use the indicators with the ministry is using, or you will have your own this thing?
I wanted to do as a qualitative way, few guidelines interviews with nurse mentors, then nursing staffs and government officials of district level also, and also in the state level also, because we are focusing. And also there is a guideline which is coming on family participation care, because in the recent guidelines, WHO guidelines on SAM management, recently they have also included. So I want to see that perspective also.
ठीक है।
So, yeah.
विजय लक्ष्मी जी,
case studies, case studies.
Yeah, specifically I want to focus on case study approach, qualitative research.
And what about ASHA workers? ASHA workers?
उनका भी कर
Yeah, their involvement, but AAA, Asha, Anganwadi, and also their involvement in the community level also, I wanted to say that.
तो चार पांच स्टेक होल्डर्स तो हो गए मैम। एक जो बेनिफिशियरी है वो हो गए, फिर गवर्नमेंट के दो हो गए, सिविल सोसाइटी मैम इज
Yeah.
वर्किंग विद द फाउंडेशन, तो उसके लोग हो जाएंगे। आई वुड सजेस्ट कि थोड़े ना विलेज लेवल फंक्शनरीज या कुछ
Yeah, definitely. I'll do that because AAA approach is very important in our intervention. So I'll do that.
कुछ वैसे हाउस होल्ड के ना मेल मेंबर के भी, एल्डर और अदर मेंबर्स के भी कुछ साक्षात्कार इफ यू विल टेक।
Yeah, definitely. I'll do focus group discussion with male members or family with family.
So,
That you plan.
विजयलक्ष्मी जी, तो वंस अगेन फिर आप फाइनल टॉपिक टाइप क्या रखेंगे? कुछ रफ, उसमें लोकेशन भी ऐड करेंगे हम।
Recently not finalized actually, so but initiation of breastfeeding mainly in the tribal area, in the aspirational district of Badwani.
विभूति मैम, क्या होना चाहिए ऐसा कुछ?
A case study.
केस स्टडी ठीक है, बट ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग वाले को क्या कुछ रखेंगे?
Factors affecting initiation of breastfeeding in the aspirational district, case study.
कुछ मैम न्यूट्रिशनल कुछ ऐसा आएगा क्या? कुछ इन्फेंट वगैरह कुछ वर्ड्स ऐड करेंगे विभूति मैम इसमें?
Yeah. Like, mother and child health, no?
Okay.
MCH, yeah.
MCH कुछ
तो उसमें तीनों आ जाएगा, न्यूट्रिशन, इम्यूनाइजेशन, क्योंकि इम्यूनाइजेशन भी कॉलेप्स हो गया ना।
Yes.
तो इम्यूनाइजेशन भी हमें लेना चाहिए।
Okay.
आंगनवाड़ी बहुत अच्छे स्टेक होल्डर्स, बहुत अच्छा।
Thank you so much.
विजयलक्ष्मी जी, कुछ गांवों पे स्पेसिफिक फोकस कर लीजिएगा, मतलब
बिल्कुल
बड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट काफी बड़ा है, सो मेथोडोलॉजी में मेंशन दैट आई विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन दिस ब्लॉक,
one village. Okay.
1 2 3 विलेज, ऐसा करके थोड़ा अगर 2-3 विलेज से ले लेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा। ओवरऑल गवर्नमेंट फंक्शनरी और जो आशा वर्कर अदर्स हैं वो तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट के,
because I'll keep both community as well as facilities. So one facility which is where the high delivery load is high, then one community where some children or nutrition component is very low. So that I wanted to take.
पर्पसिव सैम्पलिंग टाइप स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन।
Yeah.
वेरी
Purpose.
वेरी ठीक। हम आप टॉपिक वगैरह थोड़ा इसको और वो कर लीजिए, फिर विभूति मैम और
Okay. Thank you. Then ma'am को से मैं connect. Thank you so much.
बिल्कुल।
दरवाजा खुल गया।
हाँ, शालू मैम, यू वांट टू ऐड एनीथिंग?
इनका टॉपिक तो बहुत अच्छा है सर। सो लाइक स्टेक होल्डर्स भी अब मैप हो गए, सो थोड़ा सा लाइक इफ शी कैन राइट डाउन तो आसान हो जाएगा मैम के लिए भी, विभूति मैम के लिए भी, और इनके लिए भी कि थोड़ा आराम से स्टार्ट वर्किंग।
Sure. Yes.
ठीक है। नेक्स्ट, वुड लाइक टू गो नेक्स्ट? Animesh ji, yes. Jamila ji.
Actually, I had two topics in my mind. If you could please help me with that. First of all, somebody was talking about the free bus rides for women policy, but it wasn't finalized. So I would like to first of all talk about that, like how to approach that topic, if I could. And secondly, the Delhi schools functioning after the Aam Aadmi Party government. If you could help me with the talk with one of those.
Animesh ji, broad questions हैं बहुत, और आप मैं बोलूँगा कि ऐसे सोचिए ना कि what kind of activity you would like to undertake, then you'll get more clarity. मैं दोनों के उदाहरण I will repeat it again. And where are you based, Animesh ji?
I'm from Delhi only, northwest Delhi. I'm living.
नॉर्थ दिल्ली की तरफ हैं आप, ओके। स्कूल के कुछ चैलेंजेस को आप पुट अप कर सकते हैं, दैट कैन बी समथिंग दैट यू, बट अगर आप देखेंगे कि एक रिजीम एज कंपेयर टू प्रीवियस रिजीम, लिटरेचर रिव्यू में ही सारा टाइम चला जाएगा एंड वो क्वांटिफाई नहीं हो पाएगा। तो अगर आप किसी एस्पेक्ट को देखेंगे फॉर स्कूल्स तो दैट कैन वर्क। पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट वाले में जो फ्री राइड्स है, उसका इम्पैक्ट क्या है और क्या इश्यूज और चैलेंजेस हैं, दैट्स अ टॉपिक व्हिच यू कैन टेक इन योर लोकेशन। दैट इज अ गुड टॉपिक। लेट अस से उसमें व्हाट यू आर डूइंग कि आप कुछ जो कम्यूटर्स हैं उनसे बात कर रहे हैं बस स्टॉप्स पे जाके, जो ड्राइवर हैं या डीटीसी के जो लोग हैं उनसे आप बात करेंगे, कुछ जो मेल्स हैं उनसे भी बात करेंगे, हाउ डू दे सी इट, और अपने क्वेश्चंस को इफ यू मेक वेरी फोकस दैट व्हिच डायमेंशन डू यू वांट टू टेक, लेट अस से कि इससे इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ है या नहीं, एक सवाल हो गया। आपको क्या लगता है कि इसमें और कैसे इम्प्रूवमेंट हो सकता है, इस तरह के कुछ सवाल अगर आप लेकर चलेंगे तो उसमें कुछ मतलब यू कैन फाइंड आउट सर्टेन मोर थिंग्स। Can you go on more on which aspects are uh, your mind is getting interested towards in both these topics?
Sir, the free bus rides impact and challenges only, but like, what will be the who will be the stakeholders, and secondly, what will be the sample size? I would like to know.
मैं बता रहा हूँ, let us say who the stakeholders, तो हमने इसके टाइप्स कैटेगरीज बताए ना आपको, तो उसमें लेट अस से गवर्नमेंट में आप जो पॉलिसी बना रहे हैं डीटीसी के ऑफिसेस, तो मैं उसमें आपको और गाइड कर दूंगा। हाँ, कुछ एमएलएज वगैरह गवर्नमेंट फंक्शनरीज को आप ले लेंगे, मैं कुछ लोगों से आपको कनेक्ट करा दूंगा आपके एरिया के ना एमएलए वगैरह से, उनसे बात कर लेंगे आप। हाँ, सेकेंडली जो इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं उसको, तो आप उसमें पुलिस से भी बात कर सकते हैं, लेडी पुलिस ऑफिसर से, अदर जो दिल्ली पुलिस ट्रैफिक पुलिस है ना उनसे बात कर सकते हैं, ड्राइवर्स जो इम्प्लीमेंटिंग एजेंसीज हैं, ये 2 स्टेक होल्डर्स हो गए। थर्ड हो गए जो कम्यूटर्स हैं, कम्यूटर्स में आप वुमेन जो उसकी बेनिफिशियरी है उनसे बात कर लीजिए, मेल्स जो हैं उसी में कम्यूटर्स उनसे बात कर लीजिए। सैंपल साइज यू कैन टिपिकली टेक डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर क्वेश्चनर, गवर्नमेंट और इन सब में तो लिमिट रहेगा, लेकिन अगर आप 5-10 लोगों से कम्यूटर से बात करेंगे ना, 1-2 बार ही जाएंगे बस स्टॉप तो बात हो जाएगी आपकी, मतलब ज्यादा विजिट्स नहीं लगेगा आपको, एक बार जाएंगे 1-2-3 घंटे देंगे ना तो आपको मिल जाएगा। देन इट्स मोर लाइक आप हाउ यू आर गोइंग, कुछ क्या डिस्कशन भी उसमें इनकॉर्पोरेट कर पा रहे हैं क्या, यू हैव टू डू इट वेरी केयरफुली। हाँ, बस स्टॉप इज अ पब्लिक प्लेस, सो लेटर वगैरह वी विल गिव यू। व्हाट मोर कैन वी इंक्लूड शालू मैम इसमें फॉर स्टेक होल्डर्स?
इसमें तो यही रहेगा, बाकी ये है कि हाँ वो जो वुमेन्स मूवमेंट का व्यू, क्योंकि काफी इसकी जो
सिविल
डिबेट
सोसाइटी,
चल रहे हैं कि
ठीक है, सिविल
क्यों
सोसाइटी,
वुमेन के लिए किया है, और ये कल भी एक इशू आया था, तो मे बी रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ वुमेन्स मूवमेंट, रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ मेंस
हाँ
मूवमेंट भी आप लिटरेचर रिव्यू में आप उसको
हाँ
मेंशन कर सकते हैं।
हाँ हाँ, ठीक है। अनिमेश जी, बहुत सारे एनजीओ से मैं कनेक्ट करा दूंगा उस रीजन के ना, जो जो वहाँ पे बहुत सारे इस तरह के पब्लिक सर्विस में एक्टिविटी करते हैं, एक सिविल सोसाइटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस वाले भी हो गए। बस इतने में आपको बहुत सारे रिस्पॉन्सेज आ जाएंगे।
Sure, sir. Sure.
If
Thank
you
you.
are
Thank
able
you.
to, if you
Yes,
are
sir.
able
Yes.
to frame your question well, looking into what are your expected results and sort of finding, पहले ही आप मैप कर लीजिए उसको, किस तरह का फाइंडिंग एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट्स क्या होने वाला है। इफ यू हैव मैप्ड दैट, तो फिर आपको इसमें भी आसानी मिलेगी। और फ्रेम कर लीजिए इसमें ना, शालू मैम और हेल्प करेंगे, तो अब थोड़ा वुमेन और वो वाला भी इशू है ना, बहुत सारी बातें आपको शालू मैम भी बताएंगे, थोड़ा फ्रेम कर लेंगे ना।
Sure, sir. Sure. I'll do the literature review as well of this.
लिटरेचर रिव्यू आप कर लीजिए। हाँ, लिटरेचर रिव्यू करेंगे ना, बहुत सारे पॉलिटिशियंस और बाकी लोगों का इंटरव्यू मिलेगा। हाँ, आतिशी जी से भी बात कर सकते हैं, आतिशी मार लेना, अपनी ट्रांसपोर्ट सौरभ जी देख रहे हैं, शायद मैं कनेक्ट करा दूंगा सबसे। हाँ,
Sure,
आम
sir.
आदमी पार्टी, हाँ उनके पॉलिटिकल वाले लोग से काफी अच्छे से कनेक्ट हो जाएगा।
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
You will get diverse views, तो अनिमेश जी उसमें थोड़ा सा ना you have to be also looking at कि एक ही तरह के व्यूज वाले लोग ना रखें। हाँ, थोड़ा डाइवर्जेंट व्यूज वाले भी रख सकते हैं, like a lot of people will say that this is waste of money, तो लाइए उसको भी, हाँ अपने स्टडी के बॉक्स स्टोरीज वगैरह में आएगा।
Okay, sir.
We'll get, हाँ,
Thank you.
good topic, good topic। आलिया
Thank
जी, yes you can go next।
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my topic is financial independence of women in my area. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. So I would like to work on ease of doing business for women in my area, ma'am. Can you please, because it's a broad topic, I would like to, streamline it in a smaller topic, into a smaller topic.
Mm.
Can you please help me with that?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
What all dimensions are coming to your mind when you're talking about financial independence?
So I would like to first focus on how women are willing to work or start their business I see traditionally women are working, but I would like to also see how many are wanted to go for starting something on their own or doing something which is beyond traditional, like not just government jobs, but also something like starting their own businesses or in that way.
So you mean to say that you want to know why or what are the factors leading or not leading for women to participate in the economy, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Financial-
And
So by financial independence, you are meaning willingness or joining the workforce in any means, job kare, or if you want to do business, things like that, no?
yes, sir. And also I would like to focus on communities like Muslims who are, I'm from a Muslim community, so I know how patriarchal sometimes the families are and what are the things that are stopping them.
Which area do you have in mind? Or which location you are in?
I'm from Andhra Pradesh. I'm from Palnadu district. So I would like to focus on my hometown, which is a very small town. So can I do specifically there?
Yes, yes, why not? But आप अपने town का नाम बताइए मुझे एक बार.
Sir, it is Satanapalli.
Okay, okay. ऐसे इन नंबर टर्म्स एज एन इकोनॉमिस्ट में बता रहा हूँ, उसमें तो काफी टाइम लगेगा, बट आप कुछ फैक्टर्स को क्यों नहीं, यू कैन मैप द फैक्टर्स, नो, यू कैन ड्वेल इनटू द स्टडी दैट व्हाट आर द फैक्टर्स व्हिच आर लीडिंग और नॉट लीडिंग. You can frame the questionnaire accordingly. You'll find a lot of material in this, like what are the barriers to work, so women want flexible hours to work, right? क्योंकि सबको फिक्स टाइम नहीं दे सकते, फैमिली, अदर्स, स्टडी, मेनी obligations as well. You'll find many things. विभूति मैम, शालू मैम, you can guide. और ऐसा हमने पहले भी स्टडी किया, एक इम्प्री विलेज मेकर, सिटी मेकर्स, उसमें वुमेन का पूरा कंपोनेंट है. हमारे वेबसाइट या इन सब जगह जाकर इफ यू कैन सी, नो, यू विल गेट सैंपल क्वेश्चनर एंड एवरीथिंग, बट लुक इनटू द फैक्टर्स एंड प्रोसेसेस rather than the quantification. Are you getting my point, Alia?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That if you identify 3, 4, 5 factors and ask questions regarding it in your community, specifically focusing in that community, and why not also to focus on some non-community as well, a few samples, let us say, so who all will be your stakeholders? Think more about that now.
Yes, sir. So I would like to also check with the public offices, like how many women are working there or how many are comfortable working, going to do those jobs also.
But I think you can get it from this thing, all those who have a license for enterprise, no? Because it is happening quite a lot, especially in the food processing industry. Women are there, women are entering into the enterprise mostly after pandemic, because pandemic time, the lockdown, there was so much of male unemployment that women started doing both the bakery products, food processing and food production, pickle making, all the snacks making, and they have used social media. Whatever they cook, they take a picture and put it on the Facebook or whatever, Instagram, and then they get their clientele. And younger generation of women who have a digital connectivity, they have done it more. So can you focus on this, how they are harvesting this cheap, affordable technology to start their business? Maybe their investment is very low, maybe 50,000, 20,000, 30,000. They may not be getting bank loan also. But this is what has started happening all over the country.
Yes.
In the post-pandemic, during the pandemic itself. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And also, ma'am, I have one more thought. How about asking the street vendors who are women, what are the factors that are affecting them while they are doing their businesses also?
Correct. And now, are they getting all the benefits which the government has come up for the vendors? You know, in terms of the under Garib Kalyan Yojana, and there is a new scheme only for vendors.
PM
So,
Swanidhi.
yeah. So, huh?
PM Swanidhi, it is called.
Yeah. Swanidhi, PM Swanidhi. So what kind of paperwork is required? Are they eligible for that? How many of them have applied and how many of them have got? So it's a very interesting subject, and I think you will, now it won't be difficult to get material. Even if you go, your entry point is that of women vendors, or entry point as a government office, the district office where they maintain the list of entrepreneurs and all, or also the state government where there is a special scheme as per the Sachar committee report for Maulana Azad Enterprise Development Scheme. In that also, Ministry of Minority Affairs have earmarked 30% reservation, 30% allocation of funds only for Muslim women to make them economically independent and to evolve leadership among Muslim women. So has it been implemented? Because Maharashtra got 2,299 crores, and there was, for years together, there was 100% non-utilization. Only after senior journalist Mohammad Wajahuddin, he wrote in Times of India that suddenly Mantralaya got activized and they started announcing the schemes and all that. So you can see in Andhra what has been the response, because money is there. Ministry of, now we have a separate ministry. There is a separate money amount allocated for enterprise development, and within that also there is a women's component.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Ma'am,
Alia,
yes,
I
sir.
will add one more thing. There are three occupation types which we typically see. One is job, full-time job.
Yes, sir.
Second
Yes,
is
sir.
self-employment, and third is casual workers, majorly. आप तीनों में से एक ही को चुनना, सब मत चुनना, बहुत
She
बड़ा.
said, no, enterprise development, she said.
हाँ, तीनों में से. I'm just adding her more to think.
Yeah,
क्योंकि
enterprise development. Yeah, she can choose sector, either a food production or food processing or garment production. Muslim women are very much into that, jardosi and embroidery and tailoring and all that. So you choose one particular sector and focus on it.
And
Yes.
you'll have to make your questionnaire accordingly in local language also, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm aware of that.
Studies भी कर सकते हैं आप, मतलब like you know, if there is like specific things you find like corona के बाद like some women have started something specific और उसमें काफी तो थोड़ा success मिल गया because of digital technology or anything else. So you can write a case study also. So that would be a very good kind of a thing. Like other people could also get inspired by such case studies, such success stories, or best practices, whatever you call it.
And simple harvesting of new technology. No, it's a simple. You have mobile, which you use generally for communication, and now you are using that mobile for earning. In fact, the assignments that you get, like all the bakery producers, women, housewives, they are getting their assignment over mobile, that they want a birthday cake or they want a certain bakery items to be produced, or if there is a party and they get assignments. So they are developing this kind of, those who were earlier not doing enterprise, they have also now started doing it, because it facilitates, and the wastage is also less because it's a pre-booking. Whatever you get is pre-booking. Even if you want meal, you have to book 2 hours in advance. No, so all those things are happening even among the working class young women.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Professor Gumadi Sridevi, she's in Hyderabad University. She has done a lot of work. मैं उनसे भी connect कराऊंगा, आलिया जी. Frame कर लो पहले topic वगैरह.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
पहले we have also done a lot of big surveys as well. Okay, next would like to go Jamila ji.
सभी को नमस्ते.
नमस्ते.
मेरे पास 2 टॉपिक हैं. एक है महिलाओं का काम आफ्टर कोविड, और उनके ऊपर जो महंगाई का जो हेल्थ एक्चुअली मेंटल हेल्थ के ऊपर है, और महंगाई को लेकर एजुकेशन का जो उनके फैमिली के अंदर बच्चों पे क्या असर हो रहा है, और जो महिला होती है उसका पहले का जो इनकम और अभी का इनकम उसके बीच में का जो अंतर है उस पे उसको खुद को क्या लगता है, ये मेरा टॉपिक है। मैंने मुंबई चुना है और स्टेक होल्डर्स स्लम्स में रहने वाले डेली वेजेस हैं, सिंगल मदर हैं, विडो वुमेन्स हैं, पुलिस में काम करने वाली वुमेन्स हैं, आशा वर्कर हैं, डॉक्टर्स हैं, पॉलिटिशियंस हैं और वकील और जर्नलिस्ट।
नहीं, काफी आपका टॉपिक बहुत महत्व का है, क्योंकि जिस तरह से क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ में, जीवन की गुणवत्ता में अंतर आया है, तो ये टॉपिक आप उसमें एजुकेशन, या तो स्पेशली आपको एजुकेशन पे इम्पैक्ट उस पे करना है बच्चों के, या उसको जो पहला वाला जो ले रहे हैं कि कोविड के पहले और कोविड के पश्चात जो जीवन स्तर बदल गया है, उससे काफी सारे असर आ गए हैं। फिर मानसिक परिस्थिति के लिए भी हो, या तो घर की जो आमदनी है और उसकी वजह से किस प्रकार का जीवन पहले था और आज कैसे है, और उसमें एक शिक्षण भी, बच्चों का शिक्षण पर भी असर हुआ है। तो क्योंकि जो पैसा शिक्षण में जाना चाहिए था वो अभी जा रहा है ज्यादातर स्वास्थ्य से जुड़ी सवालों के लिए, या तो इनकम ही कम हो चुकी है। ये तो ये सब आप जो ले सकते हो। साथ में उनके पास हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस है या नहीं, सरकार की जो गरीब कल्याण योजनाएं हैं, फिर वो ये हो जनधन योजना, उसका कितने को फायदा हुआ, ऊर्जा गैस का कितने को फायदा हुआ, जो उज्ज्वला स्कीम है, या तो दूसरी शहरी रोजगार की जो स्कीम है उसके किसको फायदा हुआ, और जो ये वेंडर्स के लिए, स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स के लिए जो प्रधानमंत्री स्वरोजगार योजना है उसका किसको फायदा। तो ये सभी पहलू भी आप अपने प्रश्नावली में ले सकते हैं। हाँ, फोकस रहेगा कोविड से पहले और कोविड के बाद गरीब जनता, जो आप उसको क्या कहोगे, बहनों की, महिलाओं की सामाजिक आर्थिक परिस्थिति।
जी, एक हो गया और एक है मेरे पास टॉपिक, उसमें बता देती हूँ, आप लोगों की परमिशन होगी तो इसके ऊपर मैं थोड़ी स्टडी कर सकती हूँ। माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स जो हैं वो बाहर से जो हमारे यहाँ पे आते हैं या शहरों में आते हैं, मुंबई, दिल्ली और कलकत्ता जैसे जगह पर, उनकी परिस्थिति किस तरीके से है, क्या उनके लिए सरकार ने क्या सुविधाएं दी है। वो अक्सर आते हैं तो स्लम्स एरिया में और बहुत गलीच बस्तियों में ही क्यों रहते हैं, इसकी बड़ी वजह क्या है, ये एक है मेरे पास।
जमीला जी, इसमें अगर आप वुमेन माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स को देख लेंगे तो और भी फोकस्ड हो जाएगा। कुछ
जी।
लोकेशंस, मुंबई तो बहुत बड़ा है, कुछ लोकेशंस अगर आप देख लें, पहले हमने काफी मल्टी सिटी वाला ऐसा स्टडी किया है, स्पेशली होमलेस शेल्टर और इन सब जगह में। इंडो ग्लोबल सर्विस सोसाइटी IGSSS, उनके साथ उनके ऑफिसेज भी हैं, मैं उनसे भी कनेक्ट करा दूंगा। ये वाला टॉपिक बहुत अच्छा है। पहले वाला जो टॉपिक था उसमें आप इनकम पूछेंगे ना, तो एज अ इकोनॉमिक्स में हम लोग बोलते हैं कोई इनकम आपको बताता नहीं है सही, तो इनकम भी हम क्या तो ब्रैकेट में पूछते हैं, मतलब उसमें लोग झूठ सच बोलेंगे तो वहां फिर टाइम पास होगा ना। कई बार हम लोग रेंट पूछते हैं कि आपका रेंट कितना है, उसमें भी झूठ सच, वो क्वांटिफाई, मतलब वो थोड़ा सब वेग होगा। ये वाला बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक है। इसमें लेटेस्ट से आप कुछ गवर्नमेंट के लोगों से अलग अलग, आप भी जानते हैं, काम करते हैं कम्युनिटीज में, तो ये काफी अच्छी स्टडी होगी कि आप देख रहे हैं 2023 में मॉनसून में कि किस तरह के महिलाएं आ रही हैं यहाँ पे काम करने के लिए, किस तबके से, कहाँ से, और उनको क्या क्या कठिनाइयां आ रही हैं। जैसे विभूति मैम ने बोला कि उनको PM स्वनिधि बाकी से एक्सेस है क्या, वो सब एक अच्छा चीज हो जाएगा विभूति मैम, isn't it?
और एमवर्ड सबसे, बम्बई के जो ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट में सबसे ज्यादा जो लोएस्ट ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडिकेटर वाला वार्ड है। तो जमीला जी, इवन इफ यू फोकस ओनली ऑन एमवर्ड, दैट इज फाइन। या
थैंक यू मैम,
नहीं तो इतनी बारिश में आपको इधर उधर तो नहीं जा पाएंगी, एमवर्ड पे ही फोकस कीजिए आप। और फिर आपने जो भी कहा है कि थोड़ी मध्यम वर्ग की बहनें भी है, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, वो लोगों को आप लोगे तो, और दूसरे जो, और वो भी तो माइग्रेंट है ना, मुंबई में तो बहुत सारे 60% लोग तो माइग्रेंट ही है। हाँ,
अच्छा टॉपिक, अच्छा टॉपिक।
मध्यम वर्ग की और गरीब वर्ग की दोनों की महिलाएं आप लेंगे।
थोड़ा जमीला जी, इसमें ना आप एस्पिरेशंस भी ले सकते हैं कि वो अपने फ्यूचर के बारे में क्या सोच रहे हैं, वहां भी अच्छा स्टोरी आएगा। हाँ, एस्पिरेशंस वगैरह भी देख लेंगे। विभूति मैम, मैं आपको
कितना सैंपल कितने 30 लेंगे तो हो जाएगा?
30 मैम, वो डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज को कवर करेंगे, वो ज्यादा
हाँ,
मैं
तो 5 है तो मध्यम वर्ग की लेंगे, या 5 जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर की, 5 होम बेस्ड वर्कर्स को ले सकती है, 5 में से एकल नारी की जो परित्यक्ता है या तलाकशुदा है या जिसको क्या बोलते हैं, शादी नहीं बनाई है, या तो फिर ये है बहुत अरसे से उनके पति या घर वाले पुरुष आए नहीं है, जिसकी पूरी जिम्मेदारी वो खुद ही संभालती है, ऐसी बहनों को ले सकती है। जो विकलांग बहनें हैं जिनको हाथ पांव नहीं चलते हैं, वो भी तो काम करती है, तो वो लोग किस तरीके का काम करती है। तो इस तरह से वैरायटी आपके सैंपल में रहेगी 5-5 करके, तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। एज ग्रुप पे भी एल्डरली वुमेन भी बहुत काम करती है बॉम्बे डोमेस्टिक वर्क में, तो बहुत ही बुजुर्ग महिलाएं भी आती है, तो एजिंग वुमेन और यंग वुमेन दोनों का भी आप ये कोहॉर्ट बना सकती है, तो सैंपल में भी वैरायटी आ जाएगी। हाँ,
अच्छा मैम, कुछ सवाल एक बार फाइनल कर लेंगे विभूति मैम के साथ में, 3-4 अहम सवाल। अच्छा अच्छा हो जाए।
जी जी जी।
मानसी जी, वी कैन गो टू यू नेक्स्ट। मानसी टेकम जी।
हेलो।
यस।
यस, सो मैंने ये टॉपिक फाइनली डिसाइड किया है, असेसिंग द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ ICDS इन इम्प्रूविंग चाइल्ड न्यूट्रिशन एंड मैटरनल हेल्थ केयर पोस्ट COVID-19, a case study of village Toperbandi, Palaghat in Madhya Pradesh. So I wanted your opinion if it is good to go.
Topic is still broad, Mansi ji, because assessing the impact of ICDS, और अगर थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, थोड़ा सा अगर और आप फोकस करें।
किस चीज पे?
मतलब मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि ICDS के किसी कंपोनेंट को ही चुन लेते हैं।
ओके।
थोड़ा सा किसी, मतलब अभी वो, क्योंकि आप प्रोग्राम का इवैल्यूएशन कर रहे हैं, सो आई वांट यू टू बी केयरफुल। हाँ,
या तो मैटरनल हेल्थ, या तो चाइल्ड हेल्थ, या तो वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम, या तो मिड डे मील प्रोग्राम, किसी पे एक पे फोकस करेंगे।
टॉपिक थोड़ा जजमेंटल सा लग रहा है, टाइम इज लेस। Are you getting my point? If you see certain aspect of it, then you can also suggest things, no, or you can make your study more focused, your tools more focused. हाँ, अगर ऐसा रखेंगे ना तो it can also look, अगर आप बाकी स्टेक होल्डर्स के पास जाएंगे ना तो वो थोड़े थ्रेटेंड हो जाएंगे।
सर मैं फिर मैटरनल हेल्थ के लिए देती हूँ।
आप बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ऐसा देख लीजिए ना कि असेसिंग द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ मैटरनल हेल्थ पोस्ट COVID-19, अ केस स्टडी ऑफ ICDS प्रोग्राम इन दिस, ऐसा करके, मतलब ICDS प्रोग्राम का केस स्टडी हो गया उस विलेज में। हाँ, और आप जो स्टडी कर रहे हैं मैटरनल हेल्थ में इम्प्रूवमेंट या क्या हो रहा है पोस्ट कोविड, ऐसा जस्ट वर्ड्स हम इधर कर रहे हैं, वो आपको स्टडी में हेल्प करेगा ना।
एनीमिया का भी एक इशू है जो आप कर सकते हैं, स्पेसिफिकली फोकसिंग ऑन एनीमिया, क्योंकि अभी ये जो न्यूज़पेपर में मैंने पढ़ा कि एनीमिया को वो NHFS में से उन्होंने अभी निकालने की बात हो रही है, तो मे बी आपका स्टडी को उसका एक पॉलिसी इम्पैक्ट भी रहेगा कि हाँ एनीमिया तो अभी भी है वहां पर, खत्म नहीं हुआ है, बट उसको क्यों निकाल रहे हैं, लाइक दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग यू कैन टेक अप्रोच।
क्योंकि अभी भी NFHS 5 तो दिखा ही रहा है ना, 65% वुमेन को एनीमिया है अपने देश में, तो रक्त कणों की कमी होना है, इट इज अ मेजर किलर ऑल्सो एज पर द पब्लिक हेल्थ रिसर्चेस, मेजर किलर for pregnant women, for lactating mothers, for any kind of illnesses, not vector-borne diseases, तो उसमें भी ज्यादातर औरतें चली जाती है क्योंकि वैसे भी वो बहुत कमजोर होती है एनीमिया की वजह से, तो दैट्स अ गुड
फोकस रहेगा आपका स्टेट का, बिल्कुल एक स्पेसिफिक फोकस की वर्किंग ऑन एनीमिया अमंग वुमेन, और फिर इसको NHFS की स्टडी से जोड़ के, और जो पॉलिसी लेवल पे बात हो रही है कि इसको निकालने के लिए, तो दैट यू कैन, एंड उस पे फिर आगे एडवोकेसी, मतलब अगर लॉन्ग टर्म में सोचे तो फिर आगे उस पे एडवोकेसी और वो सब भी ले सकते हैं, बट अभी शॉर्ट टर्म में या ये एक मतलब पॉइंट को आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं।
नहीं, लेकिन जो हॉट टॉपिक मत लीजिए, टफ होगा, काम करेंगे क्या? हाँ नहीं, हॉट टॉपिक मत लीजिए, आप डिस्टर्ब होगा, बट दैट्स मोर ऑफ मैटरनल बहुत अच्छा है, उसमें ना आप कैटेगरी जो है डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर्स को, उसको थोड़ा और हमें वो करना है ना। आंगनबाड़ी वर्कर्स हो गए, कुछ लोगों से
हाँ
और बात करेंगे, हाँ कुछ फैमिली मेंबर्स, हेड ऑफ हाउस होल्ड मेल हो फीमेल हो, जो बुजुर्ग है ना उनसे बात करेंगे, कुछ यंग लोगों से बात करेंगे। हाँ, खुद ही आपको वेरियस केस स्टडीज बहुत अच्छा अच्छा मिलेगा।
लेकिन मैटरनल हेल्थ में भी एनीमिया आएगा, यू कांट अवॉइड एनीमिया इन
आ
मैटरनल।
जाएगा, आ जाएगा, हाँ आ जाएगा।
ठीक
ठीक है ना मानसी जी, आपका एमपी में
ठीक
है?
है। हाँ
ठीक है, आप फ्रेम
अच्छा
कीजिए।
हाँ, और ऑल्सो मैम मुझे एक डाउट था, जैसे कि ये जो मेरा फील्ड वर्क है वो मैं सिर्फ अगस्त में स्टार्ट कर सकती हूँ। लाइक राइट नाउ आई एम नॉट देयर, बट आई विल बी गोइंग देयर एनीवे। तो थोड़ा सा टाइमलाइन मेरा इधर उधर हो सकता है। लाइक फील्ड वर्क मैं अगस्त में ही स्टार्ट कर सकती हूँ, इंटरव्यू लेना जैसे स्टेक होल्डर्स के साथ। और रिपोर्ट राइटिंग जैसे कि आपने कहा है कि 15 अगस्त तक सबमिट करनी है, राइट?
ठीक
तो
है मानसी
थोड़ा
जी, हाँ मैं शालू मैम से कनेक्ट करा दूंगा आपको। थोड़ा सा आप पहले रिपोर्ट वाला काम पहले कर लीजिए, फिर
और लिटरेचर
हाँ, जैसे
रिव्यू
कि
कर दीजिए
लिटरेचर रिव्यू, क्वेश्चन, ऑब्जेक्टिव, ये सब मैं रेडी रखूंगी। क्वेश्चनर भी अभी से बना के रख दूंगी, बट
लिस्ट ऑफ
फील्ड वर्क
रेफरेंस।
बाद में शुरू होगा।
पर आप पायलट कर लीजिए, अगर आप टूल्स बना रहे हैं ना, फोन में दो चार लोगों से बात कर लीजिए, थोड़ा सा
हाँ, फोन में
पायलट।
भी।
पायलट यू कैन डू एनीवेयर वेर एवर यू आर, आप दो तीन लोगों से बात कर सकते हैं ना अपने आसपास, पायलट कर
हाँ
टूल टेस्ट कर लेगी, राइट?
ठीक।
यू कैन प्लान इट
ओके
अकॉर्डिंगली एट योर कन्वीनियंस।
ओके, थैंक यू।
I
राशि,
have shared these two PDFs of transport,
ओके
gender and transport. महाराष्ट्र के जो स्टडीज हैं यूएनडीपी और आईसीआरडब्ल्यू मासूम सब ने साथ मिलके किया है, और दूसरा
हाँ
विमेन
मैम।
कंडक्टर्स का रिपोर्ट, बोथ आई हैव शेयर्ड इन द चैट बॉक्स, प्लीज डाउनलोड इट।
ओके।
ओके मैम। ओके, थैंक यू मैम।
वो दिनता जी के लिए था, नहीं वो किसके लिए था?
डिंटा जी के थी।
अच्छा हाँ ठीक है। ओके, नाउ वी गो टू राशि जी, योर हेयर। राशि जी ने थोड़ा कुछ
Yes, sir.
input किया, या प्लीज प्लीज गो अहेड।
So I've tried to formulate something and I've put it in the Q&A box.
या
So comparing policy impact of reserved metro ladies coach and free bus rides for women in Delhi, notions of presence and representation in women's empowerment for social transformation. I've been looking up literature since yesterday, so some UNDP reports and wherever the notion of women empowerment has been coming up. Also some notes from our Ministry for Child and Women's Development. So I've been trying to first map the idea of empowerment and then link it with this policy initiative for reserving metro coaches and also for behind the free bus rides. Then I was thinking to compare the impact in terms of how women riders, and not just women riders, as you said yesterday, that I could also maybe interact with some men commuters. How do they see the policy initiative as actually making an impact in terms of women empowerment, and how it is noted in these reports, and how it actually implies, what it actually implies in terms of social transformation. So that's what I had in mind.
It's quite broad, Rashi, still very broad, because you are comparing like two schemes and their impact. हाँ, उसको quantify करने में ही time लग जाएगा बहुत ज्यादा। मतलब let us say how will you do the field work? What do you have in mind? What kind of stakeholders?
For
What-
fieldwork, I was thinking, sir, that maybe I was thinking to reduce the metro lines, maybe only on yellow line, say, or only on red line, and then for free bus rides, I would reduce it only to some bus stops in terms of the women commuters whom I would be meeting, and only there I would interact with them. So it would be locationally specific. But I was thinking that it is only in comparison that something can come out of what I had in mind in terms of questions.
But there is a very good study done by Dr. Asha Kapoor Mehta and Diksha Thayar. Have you read that? Working Women, Delhi Metro and COVID-19, a case study of Delhi NCR. It's published in Indian Journal of Labor Economics. So there, the focus is basically on how it has facilitated women who are either in the workforce or women who are home-based workers and selling their produce directly. Because earlier the major bottleneck was transport. If they made some snacks or if they made some food or if they made some handicraft, now they are able to go to the nearest market or wherever and sell it directly without needing any help of agent and all. It's a very good study. I think I would strongly recommend. If I can download it right away, I will share it on the chat box.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Rashi, let us say that Vibhuti ma'am is on that specific metro line and Shalu ma'am is on that specific bus stop. आप इनसे क्या पूछेंगे? एक बार पूछिए, क्या पूछेंगे? आप विभूति मैम मेट्रो लाइन में हैं और शालू मैम बस स्टॉप पर हैं. आप इनसे क्या पूछेंगे? थोड़ा बताइए हमें.
So there would be series of questions, I think.
Yeah, let us do that. Let us do that. This will help us all to understand, no? कि उसमें आप exactly क्या करना चाह रहे हैं. आप पूछिए ना. We do a trial.
I think better you focus on either work or enterprise or any emergency management. कोई एक एस्पेक्ट को लेके आप फोकस करेंगे तो ज्यादा आपका ये रहेगा. क्वेश्चनर भी ज्यादा नहीं तो बहुत जनरल हो जाएगा ना.
दोनों क्योंकि सेम टाइप है. बट राशि के मन में कुछ है. आई कैन.
अच्छा.
राशि पूछिए कुछ. Don't worry.
So I'm not sure how to it's not articulated immediately to.
Yeah.
Put
I think
right now.
राशि हिंदी में पूछिए ना.
So हिंदी में भी मतलब वो language का issue नहीं है. I think it's not formulated.
No, I think you need to do the related research because in last 3 years, there have been several studies, both by the opponents of the free this thing who call it freebie and soaps and all that, and those who are supporting it, Feminist Policy Collective, then Institute of Human Development, then ISI, Indian Social Institute, all of them have focused. Seva India, Renana Jhabala's organization, all of them have worked on this. In fact, there is a whole group which is lobbying for safe and affordable transport for women. That's the only way to enhance work participation of women. There's a very strong move started by UN Women and so many women's organizations. So there are several reports on it and they are there in the public domain. I have shared one in the chat box, but even in that there is an exhaustive reference list. So then you will be able to know how to focus, no?
Ma'am, sir, I think the tension that I have in mind is regarding, at one lens, we are trying to see it from security point of view. In ladies' coach, the main idea seems to be security. But in bus rides, there is a notion of accessibility. And what I'm trying to link it with is the notion of representation in terms of when you see more women, you feel more empowered. So when women are, more women are, say, concentrated in the ladies' coach, and there are fewer of them in the general coaches, it is coming from my own lived experience as a traveler in metro. I would feel like in my early metro rides to college, I would often feel that there would be a strange kind of a gaze when there would be only 3 women in the general coach, say around 7:30 in the morning, and there would be a lot many in the ladies' coach. I always wondered if those lot many were also dispersed throughout the coaches, then would the gaze have been similar? There's a notion that what are you doing out in the morning or wherever, whatever time it might be. When there are fewer women, they are given a particular kind of gaze. But in buses, when you make it free and it's accessible, I see women, like queues of women at the bus stops in Delhi, and it generates a different notion of presence in the public space. And how that is empowering, or whether it is empowering at all, I'm kind of trying to link it with whatever theoretically I've read. I'm sorry.
Rashi, but the research findings will lead कि metro में भी free कर दीजिए. अच्छा finding है. It's a good finding.
If you see the existing research literature on free, subsidized or affordable transport, it is not, safety is only one argument. Safety is one argument. There is a strength in numbers. So if you have more women in one place, then they can collectively resist predators. That is one argument. Second argument is that mobility facilitates. UNDP study of 15,000 colleges where they gave imparted skills which did not translate into job, the major response came that there is a no transport from home to the workplace. So this is a facilitating mobility. That is also the second, because if men don't have public buses, they will go by two-wheeler, they will go by cycle, they will, that happens. But in case of women, if there is no state transport, even in Bombay, when there was a BEST strike, no girl went to school. And after the strike got over, they started reporting to school, because boys somehow they were in a group of that, what you call, they were group travel by auto rickshaw, or they hired two-wheelers, or they hired cycle and they went, which did not happen in case of women, because there is a cultural mindset. The mindset is such which prevents women from going to that. The second one is that mobility, and third one is that those from the poor background and who are home-based workers, they have to depend on agent who flees them. And once there is affordable transport, women get access to market. They themselves go and sell things. They don't have to give the commission to the agent. No. So these are the three arguments. It's not only safety and security. The safety security may be the argument for middle and upper class women, but for the working class women, the main argument is that mobility to workplace, and number three, that total independence of whatever you produce, you control it. You don't have to take anyone's help to sell it and take commission and give you some a very, very paltry amount. No? You get a complete recovery. Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but that is also something that I was wondering could be problematic, that why do we only think of women's empowerment in terms of economic empowerment? So women can be out in the public space if they have something in terms of economic exchange to offer, and not otherwise.
I did not say only. I said one of the three.
Of course, ma'am,
it's not only. I did not say only.
राशि,
You did not say. I'm sorry.
राशि, अगर ना आप प्रोग्राम का डॉक्यूमेंट पढ़ेंगे, उसमें सब कुछ होगा ऑलरेडी. सो उसको रिसर्च करने का वो नहीं है. राशि, आर यू स्टडीइंग समवेयर?
I just finished my master's in CPS JNU.
CPS JNU?
Yes.
और अभी कहाँ रह रहे हो? गाजियाबाद.
Gaziabad, yes.
कुछ हम यंग वुमेन पे देख सकते हैं. यंग वुमेन पे अगर फोकस कर ले फॉर एजुकेशन, क्योंकि वो
let her do, no, if she's interested in transport and mobility, let her.
ट्रांसपोर्ट में ही मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि उसको अगर और स्पेसिफाई कर ले एज कोहोर्ट से भी, नहीं तो काफी वास्ट हो रहा है ना. अगर एज कोहोर्ट से भी इफ यू कैन बाइंड इट, तो स्टडीज भी मिलेंगे. और अगर दोनों को कंपेयर करना है तो
link it up with mobility also. No? Mobility for anything. Mobility to go to a cinema hall, mobility to go for shopping, mobility to go to college or workplace. Just mobility and subsidized transport. No? That is the focus. Yeah.
Program document will get everything. Shalu, please add.
So one is the class cohort, because they do Delhi ki baat kari. So because in Delhi we have seen ki, like, you know, sometimes metro is not affordable. Like domestic workers who are working in you know, posh localities. Now, if they want to travel, they don't use metros. They travel by either by buses or either by rickshaws, or you know, or they walk. So they don't use metros. So वो भी एक फैक्टर्स है ना. तो अगर आप बात करते हैं तो वो बस में अगर जा रही है तो उसको बस का राइड अगर फ्री मिल रहा है, so that would help her, you know, economically. So like there are various factors if you talk about this specific situation in Delhi. So इसमें अगर आप class cohort अगर ले लेते हैं, you talk about upper and middle class, okay, I can afford going by metro every day. But if you talk about a poor woman, जो domestic worker है, जो construction worker है, जो road पे काम कर रही है, she can't afford metro, so she has to take bus, she has to walk, or she has to use any other way of transport. तो उसमें like if you can see that aspect, maybe शायद आपका question जो है वो आंसर मिल सकता है उसके लिए.
Yes, ma'am, I had that in mind, because that's how I want to link it with women's empowerment and not just a particular class of women getting empowered. That's what I had in mind.
So we are talking about empowerment of all women, not just middle class, not about God or mind empowerment. It's about empowerment of even those poor class, you know, जिनके पास अभी resources नहीं है, जिनके पास नहीं है. It's like, you know, what should they do? What should we do to empower them? मतलब as a state, what should state do to empower them? तो वो सारे questions अगर आप उसको देखें तो, you know, maybe we can find some answers.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है राशि।
कोहर्ट आप ले सकते हैं, क्लास कोहर्ट भी, और एज के साथ एक क्लास कोहर्ट लेके, एंड देन कैन ट्राई टू अपना रिस्पोंडेंट स्टेक होल्डर्स को स्पेसिफाई कर सकते हैं।
राशि, आई वुड से गुड प्रोग्रेस। कल से काफी अभी स्ट्रक्चर किया है, थोड़ा और टाइम देगी ना राशि, जेएनयू से वो रिसर्च करके भी यू डेवलप इट मोर। शालू मैम से मैं कनेक्ट कराऊंगा, कुछ दिल्ली एनसीआर का, इट्स अ गुड स्टडी। देयर आर आल्सो
So meanwhile, related reading also, lot is written
रीडिंग
on it.
कुछ, हाँ राशि जी मुझे लगे।
So I think I'll also figure out the questions. Maybe that would also reflect more in
Yes.
terms of what I'm thinking. So
यस यस यस, और
Thank
हिंदी
you.
में भी राशि रखना पड़ेगा थोड़ा।
Yes, definitely.
थोड़ा हिंदी में भी, हाँ, जैसे कि आपको महिलाओं के आर्थिक और दूसरे सशक्तिकरण के लिए ऐसा करके कुछ कुछ बनेगा, थोड़ा जस्ट थिंक ऑफ।
Yeah, I'll make 2 transcripts, sir. One for English and another in Hindi. I can do
यस
that. Okay.
यस यस,
Thank
थिंक
you.
ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। हाँ, शालू मैम से आप थोड़ा और बात
Yes.
करेंगे। एक पब्लिक
Okay.
ट्रांसपोर्ट एक्सपर्ट्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी क्या आपको? We can think of type of stakeholders also, think of Rashi, no?
Sir,
Type of
I have to classify the respondents. I have not yet started
stakeholder.
doing that. I've only thought of that there would be definitely 2 gender categories, both men and women, and maybe others as well. But apart from that, the class was one component, but I'm not sure in what terms, like maybe occupation wise, that in what occupation.
Stakeholders we have given in guidelines document. You
Okay.
can see what are the types of stakeholders.
Okay.
Those are the broad categories. हाँ, उसमें भी आप further than sub
Sure.
level you can play upon. आपके वो प्रोफेसर थे डॉक्टर अजय गुड़ावर्ती,
Yes, yes.
सर से भी थोड़ा गाइडेंस लीजिएगा। और मैं कुछ पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट के और लोगों का, यू नो एनीवन, एनी प्रोफेसर इन सीएसआरडी?
No, sir.
और सीडब्ल्यूएस वाले में?
I'm forgetting the name of few. Like I remember my batchmates attending some of their optionals. So, and they were the good ones, but I'm forgetting their names right now.
Only if you need, you should know. All of you, I think, don't feel
Yeah.
compelled to meet the experts and waste your time. If they are easily accessible and you need, then only. Otherwise, the related literature and your questionnaire, because you have only 1 month, no? To
Yes.
It's not compulsory that you need to have.
My professors from CPS are very helpful, so they
Yeah.
will be there definitely.
Then,
Apart from Ajay sir, like others too.
of course, Ajay sir is also our visiting faculty.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
He recommended the IMPRI fellowship to me. Yeah.
No, he will help. He has a lot to. No problem. Rashi, go on. Look for similar studies. I think some studies Jpal and others has also done some evaluation, program evaluation of similar schemes. You will get a lot of things.
Okay.
Do some research. We'll get back to you, myself and Dr. Nigam.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next would like to go. Or are we Sanket ji, you are saying you will share topic tomorrow. If you'd like to just briefly.
Afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Hi, sir. So, sir, my background is I have done my bachelor's in political science, and I just completed my law degree. And at the same time, I have a lot of interest in pro bono activity, like working for human rights, specific to disability rights. So that is one thing that I want to, work on. Like currently, I'm assisting Mr. Rahul Bajaj. He's advocate at Delhi High Court, and he works with Vidhi as well. Like he handles the disability vertical of Vidhi. So I was planning to discuss with him like how I can take this fieldwork research thing forward. So that was one topic, and the second topic for me, which I think I would want to work on, is gender-based corruption, like specific to the women entrepreneurs that we have got in certain areas in Delhi, and how corruption of various sort impact them and affect their working. So these are the two topics that I wanted to discuss and see how we can go about it.
पहला टॉपिक तो बहुत अच्छा है संकेत जी, आपके पास
Yes, sir.
गाइडेंस भी है। सेकंड वाला टॉपिक में आप बोल रहे हैं कि करप्शन, या आप बोलेंगे कि जो रेंट सीकिंग बिहेवियर्स है, या कई जगह जो इनफॉर्मल वर्क में लोगों को कठिनाई हो रही है ना, हफ्ता देना पड़ रहा है, इन सब के कारण क्या कठिनाई आ रही, यही करना चाह रहे हैं?
So second is more specific to gender-based, as in how women entrepreneurs face difficulties, like be it terms of sextortion or maybe like asking for favor or जो भी उनको other like issue होते हैं in terms of getting some contract to जो उनके clients होते हैं, how they exploit them by not signing any kind of MOUs or contract इस तरह की चीजें, or maybe the people who are employed with them who are male, like how they in their own way try to dominate the workplace. So those kind of a thing.
और ये कहाँ करेंगे आप?
Sir, I was thinking of picking up a area in Delhi जहाँ पे women specific business run होते हों.
थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाएगा, टाइम कम है संकेत जी।
Exactly, हाँ, exactly. That's why I was thinking I'll go with the first one.
हाँ, इंडस्ट्री भी फोकस करना पड़ेगा ना।
Exactly, हाँ,
दिल्ली में
हाँ,
एक जगह कोई इंडस्ट्री तो है नहीं।
definitely.
हाँ, अगर आप वर्किंग ऑफिसेज भी लेंगे तो कितने लॉयर्स के ऑफिस हैं ना, मस्ट बी मोर देन 5000। डिफरेंट प्रोफेशंस के अलग अलग है। फर्स्ट टॉपिक इज वेरी गुड। आपके पास ऑलरेडी है, मैं और कुछ लोगों से आपको कनेक्ट करा दूंगा। आप एक चीज पे जो ज्यादा अच्छा फोकस कर सकते हैं ना, इफ यू आर लुकिंग एट डिसेबिलिटी राइट्स, आप डिफरेंट एज कोहोर्ट ले लीजिए। हाँ, उसमें डिफरेंट एज कोहोर्ट ले लीजिए ना, कि बच्चों को क्या हो रहा है, फिर मिडिल एज में क्या है, यंग को क्या है, ओल्ड 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 वाले में क्या है, तो उससे कुछ और इनसाइट्स भी पता लगेगा। ओल्ड वाले में कुछ पेंशन मिल रहा है कि नहीं, यंग वाले को क्या है, और क्या क्या असिस्टेंस है, इस तरह की चीजें। स्टेट से क्या मदद है, सिविल सोसाइटी से क्या मदद हो रहा है, इस तरह की थिंग्स। बहुत सारे एनजीओ से आपकी बात हो जाएगी जो इस पे काम कर रहे हैं।
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, in my college, like in my faculty of law, I was head of the enabling unit. So I already know certain people who are already working, and also like we just spoke about the cohort thing. So I have got certain students with me who are especially abled, and like I know the kind of work that they're doing, and also like they could be a good area where I can talk to them and see what kind of challenges they face. But mostly the area that I want to focus on is related to advocacy. Like on my daily basis, I always have to go along with Rahul sir to courts, and I see the kind of challenges that he or other lawyer who are disably like especially abled. So I would want to work on that thing, and also how public policy in terms of advocacy can be brought in that can help them get a more stable work environment, and how media plays a very important role, because social media accessibility or like digital accessibility is very important for people who are already employed into a litigation or are working as a legal professional, because nowadays most of the work that they do has to go through the laptop. So I see how if a particular order is passed to Rahul sir has to ask like please provide me with a PDF which I can access. If any particular annexure or document is supplied to him, so we have to make sure that can be transcribed in a format where he can read. So I think this kind of challenges people in India or in people who are practicing advocacy are facing, and that is something I want to work around. So
ठीक है, डिसेबिलिटी के भी काफी प्रकार हैं संकेत जी, थोड़ा फिर आपको
yes
और
sir, हाँ,
लोकोमेटिव है, रीडिंग वाला है, हियरिंग है,
visually challenge है.
और अभी तो आप और भी उसके डीप में जा रहे हैं, लीगल प्रोफेशन में जा रहे हैं ना। मीडिया वाला, अगर आप हमने एक स्टेक होल्डर का डेफिनेशन दिया, प्रोफेशनल्स। प्रोफेशनल्स में एम्प्लॉयर से बात कर सकते हैं, डॉक्टर से बात कर सकते हैं, मीडिया वाले जर्नलिस्ट से बात कर सकते हैं, लेकिन लोगों का ओपिनियन को ऐसे रिपोर्ट करने में उतना कॉन्क्रीट नहीं लगेगा। सो इफ यू आर सीइंग रोल ऑफ मीडिया एंड अदर्स, तो कुछ जर्नलिस्ट को इंटरव्यू कर लीजिए, राइट। इन लॉ प्रोफेशंस, या अगर आप प्रोफेशनल वर्क्स में ही देखना चाहते हैं कि क्या है, तो टॉपिक को उस तरह से वैसा कर लीजिए, 3-4 प्रोफेशंस में देख लीजिए क्या चल रहा है। लॉ वाला करेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा है। आर यू प्रैक्टिसिंग विद हिम इन द हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट?
Sir, I just finished my degree and I'm interning with him for the past 4 months.
तो वो राहुल जी कहाँ प्रैक्टिस करते हैं?
Sir, he practiced at Delhi High Court and Supreme Court. Like he's employed with IRA Law, it's a law firm in Delhi.
अच्छा अच्छा।
And also he works with Vibhuti, has his own accessibility NGO. He's a Rhodes scholar. He went to Oxford for his master's or MPhil. He even worked with DYC Chanchud while he was in his college. So he
अच्छा,
has a lot of yeah.
तो
He
कुछ
has been
लीगल
doing.
अथॉरिटी में ही करिए, फिर आप चीफ जस्टिस
Yes,
को
sir.
रिपोर्ट दे दीजिए। मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि फिर कुछ लीगल प्रोफेशन में ही देखिए डिसेबिलिटी को लेकर, फिर
Yes,
चीफ
sir.
जस्टिस को अपना रिपोर्ट भी दे
बहुत
दीजिएगा।
सारे अभी जो स्कीम्स आए हैं ना कुछ लॉयर्स के लिए, बार काउंसिल और बार एसोसिएशन, अभी जो बातचीत चल रही है, एक डिबेट चल रही है कि पूरे लॉयर्स के लिए, लॉयर्स एज अ प्रोफेशन, उनके लिए इंश्योरेंस स्कीम्स, उनके लिए और क्या क्या स्कीम्स होने चाहिए। तो उसमें भी आप देख सकते हैं, लाइक यू कैन कंट्रीब्यूट थ्रू योर रिसर्च की जो लॉयर्स जिनको कोई भी किसी भी तरह की डिसेबिलिटी है, मे बी लोकोमोटिव, मे बी एनी काइंड ऑफ अदर डिसेबिलिटी, तो उनके लिए कुछ बार काउंसिल डू समथिंग स्पेशल, और बार एसोसिएशन को कुछ करना चाहिए और स्टेट को कुछ करना चाहिए, that kind of thing. If you can think of that kind of schemes, that could also help. And क्योंकि इसमें पूरा फिर एक स्पेसिफिक चीज को आप लेके चल रहे हैं, और then you can also compare कि बाकी कंट्रीज में क्या है कुछ इस तरह की स्कीम्स, सिर्फ लॉ प्रोफेशंस के लिए, सिर्फ लॉयर्स के लिए, if they have some kind of schemes for particular lawyers with some kind of disability, or that also you can see.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your insight. Like I was already considering this thing because I already had a word with like how lawyers in other country, like they get any kind of benefit, or if they have insurance in terms of whatever kind of insurance that can the state can provide. So I have been having this kind of a discussion, and that's why I would want to formalize all this thing and write something around it.
Very good, Sanket. If you do it for Delhi Bar Council, पुलिस, जजेस को भी आप इंटरव्यू में आपको बताऊंगा, नंबर्स भी शेयर करूंगा इंटरव्यू के लिए। तो अगर आप दिल्ली में ऐसा काम करेंगे, बाकी स्टेट्स को भी कितना प्रेरणा मिलेगा ना कि इन सब मुद्दों पे काम करें। इट्स अ वेरी गुड टॉपिक, थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, बट इफ यू हैव योर मेंटर सपोर्ट एंड दिस, व्हाई नॉट। क्वेश्चनर पे फोकस करिए, स्टेक होल्डर्स फाइनल कर लीजिए। टॉपिक बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक है, वाइडर इम्प्लीकेशन, judges, and it's a very serious kind of advocacy research. Vibhuti ma'am, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I think this will really be very helpful, and also make it in such a way that it can be published in law journals of whether it's a Jindal Global. They also have a in-house journal, and also I think make it academically very rigorous work.
नहीं मैम, वो EPW वगैरह में हम रिकमेंड कर देंगे, शॉर्ट आर्टिकल वगैरह। इम्पोर्टेंट मैटर है, शालू मैम विल herself edit and help. It's a close issue for everyone. थोड़े ना संकेत जी, जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं उसमें जो सिविल सोसाइटी और जो ऐसे एक्टिविस्ट हैं ना, अच्छे से थोड़ा लिस्ट बनाइए टाइप ऑफ स्टेक होल्डर्स, काफी अच्छा सीरियस हो जाएगा।
जो डिसेबिलिटी पे काम करते हैं उनको,
डिसेबिलिटी पे, हाँ हाँ, जो टॉप एनजीओज हैं वहाँ भी सारे लोग लॉयर्स ही हैं वैसे, राइट, जो टॉप एक्टिविस्ट हैं, कुछ जहाँ पे केसेस फंसे होंगे। वेरी गुड टॉपिक। कुछ जजेस को से बात कर लेंगे ना, कुछ पुलिस वगैरह से भी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर भी देख लेंगे। काफी अच्छा टॉपिक हो जाएगा। कुछ उनके पेरेंट्स से, उनके घर वाले क्या सोचते हैं, इस तरह का आ जाएगा।
इवन बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस इन द कंट्री, द अदर कंट्रीज, वो उसका भी एक सेक्शन बना सकते हैं। एंड कैन इंडिया रेप्लिकेट, इज इट डूएबल इन इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट?
Because since here Supreme Court and everything, so in these kind of issues there is also action. आप कुछ अच्छा करते हैं ना, a lot of intellectual crowd है। ठीक है संकेत जी।
बार एसोसिएशन से सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट और डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में बार एसोसिएशन से अलग अलग उनके लॉयर्स, उनके ऑफिशियल से भी आप बात कर सकते हैं। इफ दे हैव सम काइंड ऑफ डिस्कशन या डेलिब्रेशन कुछ हुआ है इस इशू पर, तो वो भी आप देख सकते हैं। सो बार एसोसिएशन क्या काम कर रहा है, बार काउंसिल का जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होना चाहिए, हैव दे डन इट, स्टेट का क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है इसमें, चलो, और इट कैन बी, उसको हम आगे कर सकते हैं, बट इट ऑल डिपेंड्स कि मतलब हम कितना उसमें काम करें और कितना उसको।
जो डालसा भी है ना एक लीगल सर्विस अथॉरिटी,
नेशनल लीगल सर्विस अथॉरिटी,
उसमें भी होगा, वो भी बहुत कुछ मिल जाएगा संकेत जी से। रियली गुड। ऑल नाउ वी हैव टू सी कि अगर आप 10 लोगों को रीच करेंगे, 2-3 लोग जवाब देंगे। हाँ, अब ये देखिए, हाँ, कि लोग हैं, बहुत मिल रहा है, फिर आप बात करने जाएंगे, कोई बात नहीं करेगा, सब बिजी भी हैं। हाँ, सो थोड़ा
No, that I'll take care. So at this point, I have two issues that I want to discuss. The first, that we talk about the publication thing. So I would want it to be in a format where it is accessible by a person who has visibility issues. Also, I am quite a bit into graphic designing, and I would want to illustrate a lot of things. Like I just don't want to just write a paper, but I would want to picturize the whole thing that I have seen so far in like codes. And those are very small things, but they do make a lot of change.
No, do
So
it.
in here, exactly. So I would want to know, like, if I'm trying to bring in digital art into this particular paper, will that be feasible? Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to know.
Don't worry about that. Just look for time. Don't make it ever-ending exercise. The report thing, you submit a report, which is a kind of a first draft of your thing for publication. Based on that, हम आपको ResearchGate, Academia, वो सब report कहाँ जाएगा, LinkedIn आपको बताएंगे. Based on that, और suggestions बताएंगे कि क्या वो issue बहुत अच्छा है, आपको सब वो करेंगे, बहुत अच्छा है, Indian Express में भेज दे क्या, यहाँ भेज दे, क्योंकि editors बहुत लोगों से बात करनी पड़ेगी. तो उसके एडवोकेसी के डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स है, कई जगह वर्ड लिमिट केवल 600 वर्ड है, कई जगह 1000 वर्ड है, 1000 वर्ड में भी डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ. विल कम टू दैट. एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव रिपोर्ट हम बना ले विद इन द टाइम लिमिट, है ना संकेत जी? डोंट मेक इट अ हिंड्रेंस कि मैं ये वाला आर्ट बना रहा हूँ तो मेरा रिपोर्ट कंप्लीट नहीं हो रहा है.
No, I'll first focus on the report and like I'll submit the report, and after that I'll carry forward my work like for my further use.
You can, because research is an independent thing. You choose. कोई आपको ऐसे नहीं आएगा, स्कूल की तरफ पीछे नहीं पड़ेगा.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. Also, like, how do I start? From where should I start? Like, I have already started reading out material. Like, I already spoken to sir.
Topic: literature review. Finalizing your research methodology. Doing finalizing your questionnaire. Doing testing, piloting.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir.
Guidelines follow कीजिए, कोई problem. Any other? I think we have covered everyone. Sejal, do you have to add anything? Sejal ji.
Good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, Sejal.
Sir, I haven't really decided my topic, but I was thinking about Manrega, MT Narega, and so I was thinking about participation of women, rural women in this scheme, and the issue with the delayed wages. Hello.
And Sejal ji, where would you do that?
In my village, I'll conduct the surveys in my village.
Where?
UP district पीलीभीत.
पीलीभीत में करेंगे. एक बात मैं आपको बताऊं सजल, पता नहीं आपने लिटरेचर पढ़ा या नहीं. Most of the मनरेगा workers are women.
Yeah.
Like 2/3.
Yeah.
तो टॉपिक का एंट्री पॉइंट थोड़ा सा वो गड़बड़ हो रहा है. हाँ. तो मनरेगा में एक तो डिलेड पेमेंट वाला आप देख रहे हैं. दैट्स अ फेयर एनफ टॉपिक. पर उसमें आप कुछ लोगों से यू विल स्पीक कि डिले क्यों हो रहा है, कितना डिले हो रहा है, वो सब एस्पेक्ट देखेंगे ना. और आपने कोई और टॉपिक सोचा?
नहीं, कोई और तो अभी I haven't decided yet.
And are you studying or working anywhere, Sejal?
I just passed out. I completed my graduation in political science from Delhi University.
Okay.
Or if you could suggest any topic. I chose this topic because right now I'm in a village, so I wanted to focus on this issue.
Okay. So मनरेगा
sorry sir. तो मनरेगा पर इसमें ये हो सकता है कि फीमेल और मेल वर्कर्स और मतलब इसमें भी वो चल रहा है ना डिबेट्स कि फीमेल वर्कर्स को काम नहीं मिल रहा है, इवन इफ दे हैव मेड राशन कार्ड, ये जो कार्ड जॉब कार्ड फीमेल के नाम पर है तो भी उनको दे आर बीइंग डिनाइड वेजेस. मतलब बहुत सारे रीजंस हैं कि उनको वेजेस नहीं मिल पा रहे. सो that could be कि आप उसको एक्सप्लोर करें कि what are the reasons in that पीलीभीत area कि क्या वुमेन को डिनाइड हो रहा है मेन की कंपैरिजन में, and are specifically those women who are single women or facing various kind of other social challenges. So उस situation में how women are उनको मिल पा रहा है कि नहीं मिल पा रहा है, what are the challenges they're facing. That could be one aspect.
तो ज्यादा इन्वेस्टिगेटिव जर्नलिज्म हो जाएगा. सेजल, मैं दूसरा टॉपिक बताता हूँ नरेगा
Okay,
पे, क्योंकि हमने ऐसे भी बहुत काम वो करते रहते हैं। डिलेड पेमेंट और ऑडिट का उसमें बिग इशू है, और मैम ने और निखिल डे सर ने उन सबको कवर भी किया था। और द नेक्स्ट वेव ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंट इशू विच इज कमिंग, हमने ILO और काफी लोगों के साथ इस पे काम भी किया, वो है स्किल डेवलपमेंट पे, वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग पे। तो वुमेन को स्पेसिफिकली स्किल डेवलपमेंट और वुमेन वो वाली ट्रेनिंग दे रही है। कई लोगों को ना टेलर वाला काम सिखाया जा रहा है, कई को कुछ सिखाया जा रहा है। जो मल्टीनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, उनका काफी फोकस है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का भी है। कुछ स्किलिंग और वुमेन पे भी आप करके देख सकते हैं ना। यू विल फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ यंग वुमेन अक्रॉस यू, सबने बीएड करके रखा है। यूपी में फैशन भी है ना बीएड करने का।
yeah.
तो वो बस कल डिग्री ऐसे भी मिल जा रहा है। तो फिर लेकिन क्या कुछ स्किल्स इम्पार्ट हो रहा है क्या, उसके बाद क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है, कुछ इस टाइप का भी आप देख सकते हो
Okay, sure, sir.
यंग वुमेन के लिए स्पेशली।
Yeah. I'll come up with something. Okay,
और
sir.
अपने कुछ और अपना रिसर्च इंटरेस्ट एरियाज बताओ सेजल।
Or so I haven't like really thought about it. I was just
किसी
yeah.
पॉलिसी कुछ उस टाइप की चीजों को भी एसेस करते, वो भी अच्छा था। स्ट्रीट लाइटिंग, access to public commons.
Yeah, health issue is a major problem.
Health is health is very technical things also, हाँ।
Yeah.
बहुत indicators होते हैं, बहुत processes होते हैं, right?
Yeah.
थोड़ा उसमें लिटरेचर रिव्यू करना पड़ेगा। वन थिंग you can also do is to search कि पीलीभीत डिस्ट्रिक्ट में किस तरह का और ऐसा फील्ड रिसर्च हुआ है। You will get a lot of ideas.
Okay, sir.
हाँ, थोड़ा ऐसा
Okay.
करके। और if you'll do in rural area, then there are प्रोग्राम्स पे if you'll focus, no, कि कितने तरह के प्रोग्राम है पीलीभीत डिस्ट्रिक्ट में। डीएम वाले, डीसी वाले वेबसाइट पे होगा।
Okay, sir. I'll
सूची है पूरा उधर, कौन कौन सा स्कीम्स है।
Okay, sir. I'll look up. Okay.
गुड
Thank
गुड
you. Thank you, sir.
स्टेक होल्डर्स को ध्यान में रखना है। हाँ,
Okay.
6-7 तरह के गाइडलाइंस डॉक्यूमेंट में 6-7 तरह के स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं। तो टॉपिक को व्हाइल यू आर थिंकिंग ऑफ तो स्टेक होल्डर्स और प्रोसेस कैसे करेंगे उसको दिमाग में रखना है। हाँ,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other participants? I think we have covered everyone. Garvit?
Professor, I'm still not very clear on, like, I even just thought a lot about what all I can do. I have two topics. One was on ethics, the other was moral attitude to religious laws like NCC. But problem is that whenever I go down in determining what all I want to like get from participants, I do not know what inference or what, like, even if I get some responses about what people feel about the patient, how they're suffering, I do not know what that leads me, like what conclusion can I draw, what it will get me. Like it's just a study. So that's I'm getting stuff. Like what should I guide the study to? I'm confused about that.
Garvit, I understand your question and I understand your thinking this way around the philosophy and the end part of the whole exercise. But that is what I also trying to tell you, that don't make it too tough or bigger a task for yourself, right? You think of stakeholders and you think of the processes, that what kind of information I'm able to gather in research, something we called expected results. If you'll give your PhD thesis, dissertation, or do that kind of things, no, or even if big projects you submit. So it's a common best practice that you also give your methodology, everything, but you also give expected results. So you are worried about expected results. Why don't you write them down? Got it? Maybe you will find anything different. Your voice is breaking, Garvit.
You said also, I think that's the last.
Shalu ma'am, are you able to hear him?
So I really can't.
Garvit will discuss more on call, huh?
Got it. Thank you very much.
Now your voice is coming. Repeat it.
No, I was just asking what was the last sentence about expected results. I didn't catch that.
Okay. So let us say if you are giving our PhD proposal or submitting a project to UGC, ICSR, or giving to any research body, so they also ask for something called expected results. आप अपना टॉपिक बताइए, लिटरेचर रिव्यू दीजिए, उसके बाद ना आप ऑब्जेक्टिव, रिसर्च क्वेश्चन, हाइपोथेसिस और मेथोडोलॉजी बताइए किधर क्या करेंगे, और आप एक सेक्शन और दीजिए दैट इज ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेड रिजल्ट्स, कि what are you expecting out of the results. It's not necessary that you'll find the same thing, पर आप अपने expected results भी दीजिए, and you're worried about कि इससे क्या आएगा, तो expected results, why not you write it down and then see whether are you getting those after doing the exercise. Is it making any sense to you, Garvi?
Got it. So write down expected results and carry it to a small pilot and see if you're getting those results or not.
No, after the study also.
Okay, got it.
But you get to know that what are you expecting, and if you are expecting that, because while you're asking, you're thinking whether I will get that result or not. So why not you make something like that and then do the pilot and see, okay, now this is the tool which is leading me to similar kind of results.
Got it. I understand. I'll do it.
But topic Garvit, वो क्या आप देखोगे fair price shop?
Sorry?
Fair price shop वाला topic देखोगे? कौन सा topic देखोगे?
So मैं topic बस थोड़ा सा और भी लिखूंगा and then I'll try and finalize it by in the next 2-3 hours.
जो बहुत सारे केंद्रीय भंडार और बाकी फेयर प्राइस शॉप्स है ना, जैसे वो अभी टमाटर दे आर गिविंग इन 80 रुपीज, उस टाइप के कुछ चीजें देख सकते हो इन्फ्लेशन के साथ, अगर कुछ देखना है तो.
Like specifically उसमें क्या मतलब analysis कर सकते हैं, like क्या उसमें कर सकते हैं?
I'll get to it.
Got it. Thank you.
There are economic tools to curb inflation, right? Monetary tools, fiscal tools, and so on and so forth. So last year, when we saw that there was a lot of price rise going over the band of 6%, 7% से ऊपर जा रहा था, then we didn't took a lot of monetary measures. Rather, we took a lot of supply chain measures. राइट, वहां पे हमने थोड़ा कर्ब किया, बहुत जगह जहां होर्डिंग था उसके ऊपर एक्शन लिया, और बहुत सारा सप्लाई साइड बॉटलनेक्स को हमने ईज किया, तो उससे भी प्राइसेस कूल डाउन हो गए. नाउ व्हेन लेट अस से टोमेटोज प्राइसेस आर गोइंग अप ड्यू टू द सीजनल फैक्टर, एंड सिंस इट इज अ पेरिशेबल गुड, व्हाट आर वी डूइंग दैट, अभी तो यहाँ मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी लगा नहीं सकते या लोगों को ऐसा पैसा दे नहीं सकते, तो उसके प्राइसेस को ना, मार्केट प्राइसेस को डाउन लाने के लिए, सिंस द प्राइसेस गॉन up to 200, 250, 180, like that it's going now. So government has come out that we will sell tomatoes at 80 rupees. So that uska market price hover down to around 80, 100 rupees. Getting my point?
Got it. Artificially decrease karna. Got it.
Artificially intervene karna.
Yeah.
It's a market distortion anyways, right? Isn't
it? Yeah.
It is, but it is within our this thing. So you can understand and see this phenomena, that as a case study you have taken this example, and now you're looking at that whether it is making any sense or not. Are people able to access it? Things like that.
I understand. I'll look at, I'll research more and get back to you if that's fine.
A lot of time it's only announcement.
Sorry?
A lot of time it's only announcement. 2-4 जगह करते हैं, फिर कुछ होता नहीं है.
Got it.
Are you getting my point? So effectiveness is in question. इस type के aspects you can see, huh? Because let us say the whole Delhi population is, let us say, at 3 crores, huh? And there are only 10, 20 such kind of things. So will it cater? Will it have any effectiveness? Okay. I think we are through.
Got it, yeah.
So Shalu ma'am, Vibhuti ma'am, would you like to add anything?
No, I think now the things are in control. So I think now they have to now come up with their own proposal. So are we going for proposal and then start the research, or they can go ahead? Is proposal, and are we asking for proposal and concept note?
No, for we will share a Google form. Usme we will be asking topic, location.
The format will be there. Format will be
there. And then after that, once that is finalized, Shalu ma'am will have a talk with those who are able to do that.
Yeah.
Amit ji, okay. Sorry, Amit ji ko humne miss kar diya.
No, because it's raining heavily, no? So suddenly, like I also lost my Wi-Fi. So I'm joining from the smartphone. Yeah.
Amit ji, yes. Please unmute. Amit ji, we are not able to hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I still have not formulated my topic, but I am trying to connect it to the foreign policy related thing. So, if India's activist policies or something related, I don't know how to connect it with the field action actually. And I have another topic in mind is that from list is a challenge is facing by the startups. So I don't know how to go forward with it.
Can you tell me the second topic again?
Challenges faced by the startups.
Startup.
Yes.
Startup. And where will you do this?
So I'm from Calcutta, so it will be focus. My focus will be in Calcutta.
Kolkata. Okay. Both topics are very good, Amit ji. We did a study recently with Rand Corporation and other research institutes working in foreign policy. वो एक्टिविस्ट इसी सब के साथ था। हमने उसमें क्या किया था मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि हमने 4 तरह के स्टेक होल्डर्स लिए थे। एक हमने लिया था गवर्नमेंट के लोग, MEA और बाकी डिपार्टमेंट्स। सेकंड हमने लिया था जो बिजनेस बॉडीज हैं, बहुत सारे चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स इस टाइप के जो होते हैं ना, और जो फंडिंग बॉडीज होती हैं, सबसे वो टाइमिंग लेना काफी टफ होता है। थर्ड हमने लिया था थिंक टैंक्स को, थिंक टैंक में जो इंटेलेक्चुअल्स हैं। फोर्थ हमने लिया था प्रैक्टिशनर्स, फॉर एग्जांपल जो एम्बेसडर हैं और मीडिया प्रोफेशनल हैं उनको। हमने उसमें 20-25 सैंपल करने में हमें 6 महीने लगे थे इंटरव्यू। यू कैन इमेजिन। तो अगर आप वैसा स्टडी देख सकते हैं, पर अगर आप लेटेस्ट से एक्टिव पॉलिसी लेकर करें तो कोलकाता में लोग हैं, ORF में बासु मैम हैं, बट देयर आर वेरी लेस पीपल। कुछ यूनिवर्सिटी से आपको लोग मिलेंगे, बाकी स्टेक होल्डर कैसे देखेंगे? थिंक अबाउट इट, इट्स अ वेरी गुड टॉपिक बट इट माइट टेक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम। So you are doing basically a feedback or a consultation on, let us say, India's Act East policy by some distinguished stakeholders, right? But you'll have to think कि वो doable कितना होगा. The second is a good one, startup पे. Do you have access to startups?
Calcutta, focusing in Calcutta, so I think it will be.
पर कुछ startups को आप जानते हैं?
No, I don't have any connections with startup in Calcutta.
आप कुछ थोड़ा गाइडलाइंस डॉक्यूमेंट को और अच्छे से पढ़ के जो स्टेक होल्डर्स आइडेंटिफिकेशन है और उसके बाद का जो प्रोसेस है, पहले उसको देखकर फिर यू कैन बेस मोर ऑन द टॉपिक। आई एम सेइंग बोथ आर डूएबल। सिमिलर प्रोजेक्ट्स हमने किए भी हैं बहुत।
Getting but time consuming actually.
And with the professional team, इसको करना भी इतना आसान नहीं है ना, लिमिटेड टाइम में।
Yes sir.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि विदाउट हैविंग अ प्रोफेशनल टीम इतना जल्दी करना भी।
Yes sir. Yes, it will be difficult to. Okay, give me a bit more time if I can narrow it down more and come up with the better thing I will share with you.
Okay, and Amit ji, what are you doing? Are you working anywhere?
No sir, I'm doing an MTech in Internet of Things from JP University, Himachal Pradesh. Actually, in vacation now.
Okay. तो कुछ टेक वाले ही ऐसे टॉपिक्स देखते हैं ना, ये भी तो अच्छा है, कुछ गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम्स वगैरह को देख के।
Related to our technology?
Related to technology or policies or schemes related to technology?
All right, so I need a bit little more time to
give it some time. थोड़ा similar studies, please look into it. You'll get a lot of things. काफी studies हैं इससे.
Right, sir. Okay, I will share whatever I will come up with.
Great. Dr. Soumya Deb is there. तो मैं उनसे भी connect कराऊंगा आपको. हाँ?
All right, sir.
ठीक. Good.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
Ali. Okay. Alia ji, go on.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much. So I have a few questions related to how I should start this. And I mean, I have decided my topic, and but I'm like kind of confused, like where to start. Should I like go and prepare my questionnaire and talk to women, or should I do my other research first? And also any literature review that I can do if you have any suggestions on.
Yeah. So first step is to gather some literature and see similar studies, right? Then
Yes.
simultaneously start making questionnaire. And finalizing your methodology. So for finalizing methodology, you have to finalize stakeholders, then you have to map the stakeholders, right? And then prepare your tool और आप कैसे कितने लोगों से बात करोगे. Guidelines document पे थोड़ा एक बार देखकर, हाँ? Mapping is important. Let us say अगर हम 4 stakeholders हमने तय किए, 4 और सब में हम let us say 5 से बात कर रहे हैं, तो we have to have list of, let us say for 20 we have to have a list of 80 to 100, because
Yes.
there's something called response rate. People will not respond. 1 or 2 out of 5 will respond.
Sir, do you have like I mean, who can be the stakeholders like in this?
You have to decide. No, you see guidelines document, we have given 7 kind of stakeholders.
Yes, sir.
So you choose ki which all are appropriate और उसको आप detail कीजिए that okay, my first stakeholder is government functionaries, legislative, और उसके नीचे you start writing that this can be, फिर start mapping accordingly.
Okay, sir.
Meanwhile, start preparing your tool or the questionnaire. उसका testing आप start कर लीजिए.
Okay, sir.
Testing कैसे you have to start, I will tell you. Let us say you framed a questionnaire for like 12 question. स्टार्टिंग वाले जो 2-4-5 क्वेश्चन है तो वो प्रीफिक्स है, आपको ऑलरेडी पता है आप किसके पास जा रहे हो, क्या डेट है, राइट? So there are main 6, 7, 8 questions you are asking. Try to ask it with some of your friend और अपने घर में किसी से and see कि क्या आप 12 मिनट में पूछ पा रहे हो, और जिनसे पूछ रहे हो उनसे you take feedback, क्या उनको समझ में आ रहा है. After taking the interview within that stipulated time, are you able to get what you are trying to ask? Can you make it more simplified? Can you improve it?
जी.
थोड़ा सा टेस्ट कर लिया ना ऐसा इंटरनली, तो जैसे इंटरनली टेस्ट कर लिया, नाउ यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट, तो किसी जितने जो स्टेक होल्डर को मैप किया ना, किसी भी 1-2 पे आप पायलट कर लीजिए तुरंत.
ओके सर.
तो वो हो जाएगा.
जी, once I start working on this, like how can I reach out to you again with my questions?
Samriddhi, Samriddhi will reach out to you when you are done with your topic and able to finalize stakeholder and tools. तो उसके बाद हम आपको लेटर देंगे.
जी.
Start your pilot. Letter देंगे. Letter will contain that you are working on this from this to this period on this topic.
Okay, sir.
This is to certify that Miss Alia Akhtarji is a part of LPPYF, this fellow, and she is working on this at this location from this date to this date. Kindly all this legal things support in her endeavors towards research and bringing out impactful something. And then the chair, this is lead advisors, this kind of things. So that letter would be, if you go anywhere, it would help you to, right?
Yes. Yes.
They will get in touch with you. Don't worry about that. Focus more on that, process.
Okay,
take care of that,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Nikita, over to you. We can go by closing remarks by Professor Patel.
Yeah, I think today we have achieved quite a lot because nobody is now left out. All the participants in the research endeavor, we have been able to identify the basic objective stakeholders, the methodology, and also some sources and how to the modalities of conducting the research process. So I feel quite optimistic that we will have a very good results. And I think keep into consideration, make it so robust, your research endeavor, that we can use it either as an article or as an article in a journal or for take some of these issues to the relevant ministries, Niti Aayog, and seek that this kind of a policy intervention and the evidences that we have created through our research can be of use to wherever we are, at a local level or at a subnational level or at a macro level. Yeah. Thank you very much. So when shall we have our next session now?
I think we have our next session of LPPYF Friday.
Friday,
And
no?
on Friday itself, we are having again a discussion session in the afternoon, I guess.
Yeah, first there are 2 presentation sessions and then we have a discussion. So I think by then you would have, some more queries also, and whatever relevant literature that you have done, that also can be discussed because that may also give you idea about how to prepare your own questionnaire, no? Yeah.
With the chair's permission, we can go for the vote of thanks.
Yes. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
As we come to the end of day 2 of the Law and Public Policy Action Research Fieldwork Program, an online National Monsoon School program, a 1-month online immersive action research fieldwork certificate training program, I, Harsha Quatra, researcher at IMPRI, Impact and Policy Research Institute, would like to propose the formal vote of thanks on behalf of IMPRI, New Delhi. We are grateful to our experts for the day, Advocate Dr. Shalu Nigam and the IMPRI research team for taking out their valuable time and giving us an opportunity to learn from this online certificate program. We thank our chair, Professor Vibhuti Patel, and lead advisor, Advocate Dr. Shalu Nigam, for the convening session. We thank all of our participants who have raised pertinent questions and actively participated in today's deliberation. We look forward to welcoming you coming Wednesday, that is 21st July at 11:30 a.m. for our 18th day of this certification course by distinguished experts, Mr. Bilal Khan, Shri Rajiv Rajan Singh, Shri Tikendra Singh Panwar. We are grateful if you're watching us later on YouTube or listening to us on our various podcasts or reading our publications. We hope you continue to join in future to our IMPRI Web Policy Talk and Web Policy Learning. Wishing you a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you. And we have session on Friday, huh? Not Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. There are 2 concept notes required, for feminist forum.
Harsha.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wrote to Harsha.
Yes, ma'am. I'll send it by today.
Harsha will also call you. थोड़ा guide कर दीजिए.
ठीक है ना, जरूर.
Okay.